It tastes exactly how it should.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a butter burger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard. From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeart Media can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeart Media can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeart Media, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Lots to get to today, from a very special announcement to let's find out if your car is tracking you, and I can read your mind, I swear I can, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello. hello, Celia.
Good morning.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show live on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good.
I got to tell you, it's so hard for me now to get used to the introduction with Sabrina not on the right side of me.
It's messing you up?
It's messing me up every time. I almost say C-lane and go around in that direction.
Over here in my my corner, my wall.
Over there, I got
to wave to you right beforehand.
I thought about it at the last second, and I go, oh my God.
Well, and you also you're a little weirded out, I think, even though we're both hitting the same buttons for Sabrina.
Yes.
But it feels
still
different somehow. I don't know.
We're still not used to Ultra Super Mega Desk or whatever the name of that thing is over there. All right, let's start off as we always do. Put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And where are we going to go, Sabrina?
We're going to sports, baby.
Yeah! We are going to sports. Hey, we're not going to sports. We're not. I'm sorry. We're not.
Well, then I have no idea.
We're actually going to C-Lane. C-Lane.
My living room.
Yeah, we're going to C-Lane's living room. Let's see what's happening over in C-Lane's living room for a very special announcement.
The video's got to go for a full minute before we get started.
Wait, why?
I was just messing with her.
Fine. It happened. What's happening?
All right.
Oh, my God.
Can we do it without Cinder?
Yeah.
Oh, you're finding out right now?
Yeah.
You already found out. Put the video.
Oh my God!
You little bitch.
That is 100%.
Did your alarm clock really go off?
100% what happened this morning.
Oh my God! In the middle of figuring out the
and I learned that when your alarm clock goes off, it stops any sort of recording.
Oh,
okay, Apple, address that. That is not good.
Is trying to record the moment he finds out if he's having a boy or a girl.
I was texting with your wife this morning. I thought you guys had an appointment after the show.
No,
she's even in the radio game with the tease.
It depends on what time you were texting her because she ended up leaving work to go pick up the envelope.
Right? Yeah, you got the special.
By the way, which was a good choice. There was no chance she was getting anything productive done, not knowing.
Right,
knowing that there exists an envelope.
You can't wait the rest of the day out to learn something as big as that. Right when they're about to learn.
Fine.
Here we go.
Okay.
Is it a boy or a girl? It's the perfect time, too. Now, I guess this kicks back on.
Yeah, I just got to turn it off.
Okay.
My alarm stopped the damn phone. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Even Lexi's going nuts. Hey, congratulations, man.
All right, yeah.
I mean,
I was worried, though. I was worried
it was going to be a girl.
Worried it was going to be a girl, or worried you were going to screw up the video?
No, I screwed up the video.
Accomplished
You
that
were worried
one.
it was going to be a girl?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wanted a boy.
Oh,
at least
man,
first.
You got one. A boy is on the way.
Yahoo.
There you go. God, the timing on that was like almost
that.
like you did it on purpose. The timing couldn't have been worse.
I sent the video to certain people in two parts. Because I had to redo the whole alarm thing. That didn't get. That wasn't part of the original video.
It just shut it off,
and people thought I was being a dick.
People got mad?
Yeah.
Well, congrats. There you go.
Boy, Dad.
C-Lane is and his wife expecting a boy. We are now learning. So that's the way we'll start off today. And I had no idea that was happening. C-Lane just comes in. He goes, "Do you have a good opening clip today?" And I go, "Not really." He's
Well, do I have something for you?
I got something for you. And there you go.
Names? You don't have to announce, but do you have a list already?
We didn't really have a whole lot of boy names.
Sabrina.
No? Oh, was she aiming for a girl? Was she planning on that?
No, we had a couple decent girl names, and none of the boy names were really sticking out.
Yeah,
we had a lot of bad boy names, terrible boy names.
Bad boy names, it's it's a bad boy, or
no, well,
that's a bad boy,
like Rex or
no.
Texas.
No, so, people kept throwing out as a joke these really old Southern names. Just something that sounds like the name of a former slave owner or something like that. People were throwing things out at us. I'm like, nope, that sounds a little too What was the word that they had to get
Bad
rid of?
idea.
Antebellum for me.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Oh, here we are on day 2 of the strike, and I'm so affected. It's really just...
Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry.
You couldn't watch Fallon last night?
Crumbling my world around me right now. I just hope we get to see some fun stuff like we did during the last writer's strike, and I forgot
God, I
about...
don't even remember that.
I'll refresh your memory because I forgot about this stuff too, and then I saw this list of some of the things that people did to try to get past the writer's strike last time when it went on for quite some time. One of the things that I totally forgot was Conan O'Brien kept doing his show, but he didn't have any writers, so he would fill airtime with stuff. One time he saw how long he could spin his wedding ring on his desk, and
really?
He had an MIT physicist next to him telling him how to get the ring to spin in the best way, and he got the ring to spin for 51 seconds. That was his record, and they just aired this thing.
Here's the thing. For some of these bits, does the person who planned them, is it just somebody that's not in the union?
Yeah, anybody who's not a member of the writers' union or whatever.
Is there not anything to the talent, like showing some sort of solidarity, or show must go on regardless and writers aren't mad at them?
I think the way he was handling it is a way to kind of get your feet in both pools or puddles or whatever you want to say.
Basically, you're fulfilling your obligation to keep doing the show. Part of it is that if he keeps doing the show, the people that are making the show that aren't on strike also keep working. When the
cameraman,
when the last strike happened at NBC, they laid off a bunch of people that worked for Jay Leno,
right?
And it was a big, controversy because Jay had told them, "All your jobs are fine." So
how did he say that again?
You heard it.
Well, they got clever last time, and even in the world of movies, they said Quantum of Solace, which is not really a celebrated James Bond movie. They were almost finished with it, and Daniel Craig was like, "I'll handle it." And Daniel Craig tried to rewrite the rest of Quantum of Solace.
They were just in the writing process.
Yeah.
They were
a
in the middle of production. They are like, well, despite being in the filming process, we still have to write the end of the thing.
It says the script was never completed due to the strike. Daniel Craig tried to rewrite scenes, but in his words, a writer I am not. And that proving that there was some problems there.
He probably tried to work the title of the movie into the movie, but awkwardly, like, oh, I guess we're having a real quantum of solace here.
Well, the boom in reality TV was underway before the previous strike. The lack of competition from scripted series helped juice the genre's ratings. Over 31 million people tuned in to watch their crush David Archuleta lose to David Cook in the American Idol finale back in 2008. Wow. And that damn show is still around, which is
then it kind of stopped, and then we're like, no, just kidding, we really love it.
Aren't they one of those shows that switched networks?
Yes.
Yeah, they flopped over networks, and then now
from Fox to ABC, I believe.
All the people are different, I'm pretty sure. Originally you had Simon Cowell.
Wait, does Seacrest still host it?
I don't know.
Is he the only person that's the same?
I think he's still
Is he still on there? Then he would be the only one, except for the first season of American Idol. Because remember, you had Brian Dunkelman.
Oh, yeah. It was like a duo.
Oh, with Ryan Seacrest. The both of them were on it back then. And we also learned that Saturday Night Live is not happening this Saturday.
Oh, sorry, Pete.
They're shutting it down. Also, before we get into things full force here on a Wednesday, complete with Fritz on the Street coming up in a couple hours here on the show, we had bad news for our friends in Utah yesterday. One of the most popular websites in the United States of America.
The porno.
Pornhub shut down in Utah. Shut down. Completely shut down. They said it's it's not very surprising to me. The 6th most popular website in the United States of America is
I thought you were going to say in Utah.
And maybe in Utah, too. I mean, look, everybody goes to these sites. A lot of people do, at least. Now there's more rules for folks living in that state. They say children and teens in Utah are going to lose access to social media apps such as TikTok if they don't have parental consent and face other restrictions under a first-in-the-nation law designed to shield young people from addictive platforms.
Oh, wait, one more time.
It's dangerous.
Addictive.
And they said the governor signed this deal. Here's what it does. Kids under 18 cannot use social media between the hours of 10:30 p.m. and 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, okay. Good luck with that.
This is a mess, man. We got all this weird stuff going on.
Really priority for everybody?
I guess it is for Utah. They got a lot of stuff that they got to deal with.
Whoa.
And you start with the Pornhub and then the TikTok, and then one by one, all the problems are solved. We have so much to talk about. When we come back, we'll talk about the guy who was responsible for that shooting in Texas. He's been arrested, and there's some really bizarre circumstances around his arrest. Plus, coming up soon, is your car tracking you? I'll show you the way that you can find out, and you may not even know what's going on. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If I-4 is a part of your travels this morning, you can expect delays heading eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Expect delays heading westbound on I-4 between CR 46A and after Lake Mary Boulevard. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Hey there, friend. I want to tell you about Mills Air. This is the company you need when you have a problem with your air conditioner. I know you could just Google, Orlando, Central Florida AC. You're going to find all kinds of places, but some of those places are going to try to screw you over. Some of those places are going to be dishonest with you and try to take advantage of you because they know you probably don't know a lot about how your air conditioner works. But Mills Air, they're all about honesty. They're all about fairness. They want to help you out, and they want to get a customer for life at Mills Air. They've been doing this exact thing since 1992, for over 30 years. And you don't get to do that if you're making a bunch of customers angry out there. You do that by building a loyal base of customers that know that you're the honest company. Their techs are the best. They can service any brand out there, and Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can not only get you big rebates on a Carrier unit up to $1,275, but they can show you how much that unit will save you on your power bill every month. These are really efficient machines. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeart Media can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeart Media can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others. Want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery, 5 important things to do to protect your prostate, and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, ooh, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Get ready to roll through McDonald's with the crew. Free up those cup holders, because any size, any flavor is the vibe, and you're getting all the drinks. Make it a tasty frozen Coke, a fun frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a cool frozen Sprite Limonade, a delicious Southern-style sweet tea, or a bold McCafe iced coffee. So many flavors. Any size is just $1.99. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
When we made our McDonald's spicy chicken McNuggets, you were praise hands emoji. Then we ran out, and you were streaming tears emoji. Now they're back, so you can be grinning face with sweat emoji. Order ahead on the McDonald's app.
But they're only back for a limited time, so make like a lightning emoji and get yours fast. Order ahead on the app and get 30% off when you spend $5 or more using mobile order and pay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 4/1/23 through 4/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Limited time only. Excludes tax.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Today, send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, introduce yourself to the show, and we're going to hear from some of you in just a moment here. But I saw they arrested that guy, the guy when the crazy story broke. I was watching this pretty closely, and we talked about it here on the show.
The one in Texas?
Yeah, this was
I saw the updates on it last night.
You know what's crazy about this, Elan? When I was listening to some of the coverage and seeing what some of the reporters in the area, like in that place in Texas, were saying about this, I think one of you had looked up, either you or Sabrina had looked up
how far it was from Mexico.
Yeah, it was pretty far from the border, right?
200 miles.
200 or 300 miles.
Okay, so it's like not right next to the border. And some of the reporters were saying like, hey, this town is controlled by the cartel.
Could be.
And I go, is that a thing? Do we have places like that far away from the border where the cartels are in charge of things? That I didn't know it was the case.
Doesn't surprise me. I mean, I think one of the biggest pieces of information when that story first broke was that it took the cops 30 minutes to get there because of how far it was.
I think it was, what did they say, 6 911 calls that they placed until they could finally get somebody to come out there and help them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a lawless area. I'm sure our friends in Dallas are more familiar with Cleveland, Texas than most other people are. But after this manhunt that stretched all the way to the Mexican border, Texas and federal officers arrested the man who they believe fatally shot 5 people in this neighborhood dispute.
Our friends in Dallas, Fort Worth, they have about as much desire to go to Cleveland, Texas, as those girls on The Bachelor have to go to Cleveland, Ohio.
Probably. That's likely correct. The suspect, Francisco Orofeza, was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry in a home a few miles from the site of the shooting. And
put a sweater over me. They won't find me.
Yeah, they just hit him in this place. And they also arrested a couple other people, including his wife, because they believe his wife was actively trying to hide him from the authorities. And they brought in a bunch of people, including him. He's being held on $5 million bond. And they did say that this guy had been deported like a bunch of times.
It was 4 times.
And so they would bring him back to Mexico, then he'd back over the border, and he had a bunch of violent crimes. It's just another one of these people where you look at them and you go, this is a human being filled with rage, just like ready to pop off. Who the hell goes outside their house at all times of the day and is just like full-on firing range? Oh, let's just blow off some shots here. Why not? Go for it. He was doing that. He was shooting his gun outside, his assault rifle.
The guy comes to tell him to stop, and he goes, oh, finally somebody to aim at.
Yeah, and he goes over to the guy's house and just started shooting everybody
didn't
inside.
he come back, too?
I don't know. I didn't see that part, if he did. But
I thought he had started shooting, and then he had come back and shot everyone else.
Well, he had enough time, since it took 30 minutes for police officers to get there because of where this place was. They said there was a tip that led to the arrest. It came in at 5:15 p.m. They arrested the guy shortly after that, and at about 6:30, they announced this whole thing. I think I have the announcement.
Could you imagine if the tip was from one of the cartel members?
Oof.
Because this would be 2 for 2. Remember they turned in everybody that had kidnapped the Americans?
That is not a crazy thought, because what do they want the least if there's cartels in this city?
They want the least interaction with law enforcement possible.
And they go, this guy's screwing up what we got going on here. I don't think I would not put that past them to go, we know where this guy is. Let's give a call ourselves, be anonymous, and then, this whole thing's over and they're out of here. This is, I think, the presser where they announced that the guy had been arrested.
The suspect is in custody. I have just left Montgomery County Jail where he was taken, and he has been magistrated. He now will be taken to my jail.
Sounds sexy.
And where his new residence will be. We've had calls from Wyoming, Florida, South Texas,
all over,
North Texas, Oklahoma,
I just love
Maryland.
how they all wear cowboy hats.
And those are just a few of the places. We were here, they were there. Bottom line is
what?
They were here, they were there, they were everywhere.
We were here, they were there.
As is the case for most investigations of this matter.
we were here, they were there. Until they were here.
And now they've been magistrated.
Now it's over. Now we got his ass.
We now have this man in custody. He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry. They effectively made the arrest. He is uninjured, and he is currently being taken
I'm surprised
to
they didn't
my
kick his ass.
facility in Cold Springs.
There you go. So they got this guy late yesterday. He's now in jail. He ain't getting out because he's got a $5 million bond.
But do they deport him again? Or do they actually keep him in American jail?
I don't know, because now they got murder charges against him here. I don't know if we would extradite him to Mexico. I think, doesn't extradition more work when it's like an American goes to Mexico and kills somebody and then comes back to America, and then we would extradite them back to Mexico to be held liable for the crimes they committed there?
Possibly, yeah.
List.
Or I think maybe if he kills somebody in Mexico and flees to America to hide out from prosecution in Mexico, then we would kick his ass back to Mexico and be like, nah,
yeah,
you go do your thing.
I think this guy's going to stay in prison for a long time. He's got a real bad set of charges against him. Terrible human being and should never see the light of day again. We're going to hear from you with those dispatches in just a moment. But this story stuck out to me, and we talked a lot on this show. We've talked a lot about when we were young and the first jobs we had, getting out there and getting that first job that you're so proud of, and then the ultimate shock and punishment. That is your first paycheck at that job.
Oh, yeah.
Work for
I'll
2
never
weeks.
forget that one.
Get that Papa John's paycheck.
They're like, no, you were training for a week, so we needed that free labor.
That first paycheck that you get, you realize, wait, hang on. You realize a lot of things. First of all, you realize how much the government takes from you, even if you're poor. Because you look at your paycheck and how much you were supposed to get paid, and you see all the deductions.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I paying all this for right now?
I try not to look at the it's the net is what you get. What's the gross?
Yeah.
Is it the gross
You don't
paycheck?
want to look at that.
Is that why it's called the gross?
It should be, because it is painful to look at that. But this is a case that was going on where they were looking into some McDonald's locations, specifically one in Louisville. And there's a stat, I forgot what it was, but it's something like, I think 1 out of 6 people in America, their first job was at a McDonald's. Oh. It's pretty astounding, like how many people, their first entry-level beginning job as a teenager is at McDonald's.
Did you have a stint at McDonald's?
I did not,
Oh,
no.
okay.
My cousin worked there, but I never worked there. I knew a couple of people who did, just because there's so many of them. But in this case, these weren't teenagers or, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids working at McDonald's, and that's why they had to get the authorities involved. They found 2 10-year-olds working in McDonald's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Wow, you're not allowed to hustle early?
You're not allowed to get out there and grind at 10 years old, and they said there was 305 minors under the age of 16 who the Department of Labor investigators discovered working illegally at McDonald's.
Were they getting paid at all, you
No,
think? Or
no.
it's just like their parents were working there?
Yeah, the 10-year-olds were not getting paid. In a lot of
Yeah.
cases, they were family of the people who owned the McDonald's to save on labor. But they had...
Oh, I've done that.
These kids, they had them working...
What, worked at your dad's print shop?
Oh, yeah. That was the summer job. I mean, I guess...
Did you get paid?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
mean,
You're one step up on these kids.
But boy, the most rewarding part was discovering coffee.
Yeah.
Because it would be half a cup of sugar.
You were like a little adult.
I was. It was great. I know how to collate and use printing machines. It was pretty sweet.
These kids were working the deep fryer at this place.
Damn.
This is like
Did they
OSHA.
need like something to stand on?
I would imagine. 10 years old, I don't even know if you could do that. You're right. Your face is like right at the height of this dangerous deep fryer. And so they've been cracking down on this, and they were working long, unpaid shifts. The minimum working age is 14 years old. So
So close.
Can't do that when you're younger than that. All right, let's go over to your dispatches. And we got Sith Lord Seth chiming in. You could do the same at thenewsjunkie.com. I feel like this is now a bit, like this is trying to get me, because the description says...
Complained about C-Lane.
C-Lane was so wrong about this. So I feel like it's not about you being wrong.
You want to play it.
I'm going to see what he says anyways.
Sean, you're so gullible. C-Lane's
No.
never wrong about anything. Congratulations, C-Lane, on your boy.
Thank
Super
you.
happy for you guys. So I'm wondering, how many vegans listen to the show that hear that commercial of the tomato getting violently murdered?
That's so weird.
That end up going, man, I can't eat freaking veggies now either.
It makes it sound murderous.
What am I going to do? Anyways,
Makes
that's
it
the
sound
end.
murderous.
Whatever.
Excuse me. Thank you, Sith Lord Seth.
It's supposed to be cute, and that goes on to the list of other commercials where it's supposed to be like charming and eat this cereal, but it also depicts the murder. Like I think it was Toaster Strudel where they had the faces and the arms on it.
Yeah.
And then you put the
cream on it?
The cream,
And then you
you
eat it?
eat, and they're screaming.
You eat the little character?
There was a Verizon commercial where he didn't have cell phone reception, and he was actually on top of the building that was about to be imploded, and the guy died. But they're like, that's why you need Verizon.
Sometimes they swerve in a real dark way. And the tomato one...
I don't remember that Verizon commercial. That's
It haunted me.
The tomato guy
it's like
died.
15 years old.
Let's go over to Zero Cool with the dispatch. It says, some comments on the shooting, but not controversial. Why not?
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
He's teasing you again.
Just on the topic of the guy shooting and the way that all went down. When you live out in a really rural area,
he's racing.
Shooting in your yard is actually fairly normal. There's tons of places here all over Florida, on the country, where people have ranges set up and are shooting on their property. That part's kind of normal. I mean, for a gun-loving country.
Is it though?
Yes. The abnormal part is when someone's like, "Hey, that's kind of loud. My kid's sleeping," and then you kill their whole family.
Yeah,
So
that
I
would be.
feel like We need to make a line between
for that in-depth analysis. Zero cool.
We just need to draw a line.
Here, the line in the sand is somebody asking you to stop and you killing their entire family.
I know that there is this kind of country vibe where people will have stuff like that set up, but I don't think that the people who do that are just sitting out there. First of all, they're probably not in close proximity to other houses if they're doing that. And second of all, if this is the case, I don't think that they're like all hours of the night just firing off.
You'd be surprised. Where I grew up in unincorporated Dade, it was, the houses very close to each other, but shots fired all the time, especially on holidays.
Well, those were at each other.
Yeah, those are different shots
up in
fired.
the air, celebration.
Oh, really?
Gotta love it.
Yeah, this case is that line in the sand for zero cool, though. You don't go over that. Here is Seychelles saying, congratulations, C-Lane.
Samsung had a boy
Good
first.
Good morning, the news junkie, Sean, C-Lane, and my lovely Sabrina.
Aw.
C-Lane, congratulations on the good news, but I'm sorry to tell you again, Apple disappoints you. Now,
all right.
At Samsung, when the alarm goes up and you are recording, just so
He found a way to
I
really
was
work
close.
it.
Well done, though. Well done.
You thought he was going to
Seychelles.
joke about it. He found a way to actually work it in.
Samsung would never do that. You'd have a complete video.
The video would be perfect on a Galaxy.
Seychelles, Samsung should be paying you at this point. They should be sending you checks. I don't know how.
At least a couple free phones.
He has my vote for Dispatch of the
All right,
Week.
let me give it the thumbs up over here. We'll go over to.
You want to hear the rest of it?
Oh yeah, we could hear the rest of it. Here he is. I got to pause.
you the alarm emoji on the screen and it doesn't ring. Also, you need to have baby pictures, and guess what? Samsung takes the best picture ever.
He's going hard.
This message has been brought to you by a Samsung user.
Yep.
At Samsung, we already figured out
Okay.
everything. We don't need to copy on anybody.
Maybe he is getting paid. Cut him off.
Sounds like it. Let's go over to Guitar Slinger talking about Sunfest.
Good morning, my junksters.
Hey.
If you pull up the Palm Beach Post today, there's an article about Sunfest, how over the last few years they've been losing millions.
Really?
Used to be a local musician and art festival, and then they would pepper in one main act a night usually for each of the stages there. They just kept going bigger and bigger, more and more pop. They've turned it into a huge pop festival, and now it's just basically eating itself because it's so frigging expensive.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, just some food for thought.
Can't wait to go.
Yeah, it is.
This year for sure, right, Sean?
Look, I know we were supposed to go. Some things
For the
fell
last
through.
7 years in a row.
We really should be going. I mean, the station that we're on down there, I know usually promotes Sunfest. It is a great event. It's super fun. I've gone many times. I do see that there is an article in the Palm Beach Post about this that says that they've been losing money. It says, Sunfest running $1 million deficits for years. Ticket prices doubled. Why? And they go in depth about what's going on behind the scenes.
Sounds like
there.
a question that answered itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe they've shifted away from what Guitar Slinger is saying is what they should do, make it more about art, but there's always been a big art component there. I think they'll end up being just fine. I really do, because Sunfest is an event that everybody in South Florida is aware of. They do attract really big names, and that's not easy to do.
And that has gotten a lot bigger since I went to Sunfest well over a decade ago, and we saw, I think Jason Mraz was a pretty big name that was there. He was right around the time of his sophomore album.
Yeah.
I think Skinner was there, but I don't know if we caught them. Train, we caught a little bit of Train.
I've never been. I would love to go.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And but now it's like, okay, what do we got? Jack Johnson would be awesome to see because he's actually kind of hard to see. He doesn't like to leave Hawaii. The Killers are playing.
That's a huge band.
Huge name.
Vegas.
Sabrina's favorite band is going to be there.
Beyonce's going to be there?
No,
Chain
second
Smokers?
favorite. The Chainsmokers
are playing.
All right, well,
Well, none of these different.
I'll go to the bathroom during that.
None of these performers are cheap. Trust me on that. So they may have some issues, but I think that they're going to be just fine. That's a big brand, and they'll sort things out down there. It should be real fun this year for all those who are going to go out there and enjoy all this. When we come back, there is a big store that is pulling out of San Francisco, and one little detail about their idea to leave the city was pretty stunning to me, and I want you to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid-80s, another warm one. We are monitoring winds out of the west-northwest at anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. The breezy conditions mixed with that dry air do bring up a red flag warning, meaning any fires that do start today likely will spread quickly. Stay safe and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Save on the Cobalt 24-volt string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now just $149. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer valid through 5/17. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
If you love Florida and you love fun, it's time you went fishing. Because fishing, fun, and Florida just seem to go together. But first, be sure to get your fishing license. It's easy. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting away your worries and reeling in the fun. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to get your license. That's fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order, so every bite is hot and juicy every time. Because we love making you a burger that tastes exactly how it should.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who craves a handcrafted treat, Let our team member Sephora tell you about a Culver's favorite.
We make our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard in small batches all throughout the day. And we mean all day, every day. From our supremely rich shakes and concrete mixers to our freshly scooped dishes and cones, we handcraft every bite to pure perfection. Making you a sweet treat with care is the best part of my day.
Come to Culver's and get a taste of our fresh frozen custard.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Listening to this station on your free iHeart Radio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeart Radio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Stop going it alone for recruiting and staffing. Choose a local expert. Hiring is about getting to know people, not algorithms. So let the team at Express Employment Professionals hire for you. Visit expresspros.com to find the office near you.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wasat's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Winning Wednesdays happen every Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041 with a new prize available every Wednesday. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
We've had all these stories about a city that I visited before it kind of went downhill this much, San Francisco, and I loved it there. I thought it was great. My sister lived in San Francisco for, I think, 5 years or so. The only problem was, even at that time, it was
She actually moved
super
back.
expensive.
She's not coming back for Elvis.
No,
She just Facebook messaged me.
Oh, Elvis and Simon's on his way back today.
Oh, Simon's coming back?
Can't wait to see Simon.
Simon's going to be back here later today.
Go get Carl. Have a whole dog fest here.
No. Too many dogs. But, yeah, she used to live out there in San Francisco. And even then, I'm trying to guess what year that was. Let's say maybe like 2010 or so. She had like just a studio apartment. One of those ones where you go in and there's like a loft thing upstairs where the bed is. And it was like a nice place, but it was rather new, or at least looked so inside. But it was at that time $3,500 a month, I think.
Oh my god!
And now that place will probably be like double that, I think, because
that's insane.
Prices on rent have just skyrocketed everywhere in this country.
Can I ask what she was doing over there?
She was living there with her husband at the time, who was in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
And I guess the Coast Guard, they pay like based on where you live because of the cost of living expenses and stuff. But they lived right in the middle of the city. And the weirdest thing was, whenever we were driving around, even then, we would get a lot of looks because my sister's husband had a big truck. He drove a big truck around. You don't see trucks in San Francisco. When you're going around the city,
doesn't really make sense.
Everything's like a smaller car, or even if it's a larger car, you just don't see a lot of trucks. And you know what?
Not like F-150 style, like big lifted trucks.
Yeah, you might see like some small like Ford Ranger style thing or something, but you don't see like a full like work truck size thing that you might see in any other city. And I don't think there was a single gas station anywhere in the city center, like anywhere around where my sister lived.
That's unfortunate because a big truck, I think you can make it a quarter mile before your tank is empty.
Yeah, and that thing wasn't hybrid. That thing wasn't electric. That thing was full on, just chugging on gasoline. But I loved the city. I thought it was cool. We went to the SF MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art there. And yes, there were a lot of homeless people even at that time. Yes, I did have to step over several homeless poops on the sidewalk.
I had to do one over the weekend.
It's weird. Here you did?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize what it was, but it was the smell at first, and I go, "Oh my God!" And I'm out loud, like people were walking, and I could just see some unfortunate soul had stepped on it.
Oh,
and you could just see the shoe print all the way down the sidewalk.
That is not a day ruiner. That is a week ruiner. That is one that you're going
So gross.
to remember for a while.
You should be allowed to find the person who left that there and slap him with a poop shoe.
Track him down. Well, even then there was stuff like, I think it's called like the Brown Map or something, where they mapped all the places where they found bum poop all over the city. So that was a problem then.
Sort of like Poop Square.
But it wasn't a problem like this, because now they have prosecutors in San Francisco who have stopped prosecuting people, for the most part, for a lot of crimes that are like petty theft and smaller things like that. And people, they don't want to arrest the homeless people. In the name of empathy, they're doing one of the most least empathetic things you could do. And you could tell that it's one of the least empathetic things you could do just by driving through the streets and seeing all these people living in misery and squalor. And so Whole Foods is the latest place to move out of San Francisco.
Oh, no.
And
the hipsters, what are they going to eat?
One of the things that I saw...
it really does, it sounds like a joke. It sounds like an Onion article.
That the Whole Foods...
the Whole Foods would leave San Francisco. They're like, that's pretty bad.
You know, one thing I noticed about San Francisco, I don't know if it was just because of the culture at the time, but when you would go to a Whole Foods, when you would go to any food mart kind of place, they didn't have the major name beers. They didn't have
they had their own.
They had
Craft.
Fat Tire, I think, is what they had, like all of those kind of beers.
New Belgium.
Yeah, they had a lot of different ones like that.
Although I think this might, you're talking about, when were you in San Francisco? When did you visit?
Fat Tire was definitely craft, but now it's available wherever you have beer.
Right, it's been gobbled up by one of those companies. This was 2010-ish, maybe even before that. So here's what it says in the New York Times. Last year, with pandemic lockdowns in the rearview mirror, Whole Foods Market made a bet on a gritty San Francisco neighborhood. The high-end supermarket chain opened a giant flagship store in a part of the city that's home to both tech companies like Twitter and open-air drug dealing. But the store was soon confronted with head-on issues, and like so many other people in the area had been plagued by. People threatened employees with guns, knives, and sticks.
Oh, my.
They flung food, screamed, fought, and tried to defecate on the floor, according to records of 568 emergency calls over the 13 months they were open. So they had that Whole Foods for 13 months, and 568 times they had to call 911, which is more than one a day, if my math is correct, which it's pretty simple math. They said many of them depicted scenes of mayhem, according to the New York Times. So Whole Foods is like, enough's enough.
We out.
We're out of here. And then another store just closed down 2 locations in San Francisco. It wasn't a
Walgreens?
It wasn't a Bloomingdale's. It was what are those?
Dillard's.
Let me see. Closing San Francisco. I'll figure it out.
Burlington.
Nordstrom. Nordstrom. They've got 2 of them in downtown San Francisco, and they're closing both of those stores.
Does that mean all the inventory goes to Nordstrom Rack?
It probably
hope
does.
so.
Yeah, the local Nordstrom Rack is going
Love
to be
me the rack.
benefiting from this, and nobody else is.
Thank you.
But when I look at that kind of situation, I go, you've seen this in a bunch of other cities, but San Francisco has been hit the worst, where these companies go, if you don't enforce the laws, and we have these people coming in and out of here doing this stuff, we can't remain open. And then that sucks for the people who live there, because your options become more and more and more limited over time.
I do wonder, and is it like based on a study and someone has to do the math, but are they not responding to it because they're responding to crime outside of it, or is there no room in the jail and that's why they're not pursuing these calls?
No, the prosecutors in some of these cities like San Francisco, they have said explicitly that they want to lower the population in their prisons, and they don't mind doing it this way. So they're like, for these lower rung crimes, we're not going to charge people. And then the cops go, these people never get charged. We arrest them, we bring them there, we bring it through the system. They never get charged by the prosecutor. So now the cops are like, we're not going to bring people in if you're not going to charge them. And then that system right there, woof, that's a city killer. That's a disaster, that cycle going around. And you don't want your neighborhood to be like that. Trust me on that. I want to get into this. We've got to give it a little more time. We're going to find out together if your car is tracking you. If your car is
No way.
I already know
taking
the
your
answer.
There's
information,
no way.
C-Lane's car is, what year is yours? Yours is a little older than Sabrina's.
2008, 7.
It might not have the technology that some of the newer cars have that does this. What year is yours, Sabrina?
2013.
Maybe? I don't know.
She's 10 this year, baby.
Oh, my God. We can look these up, though. I found a way to do this. You put it in, and it tells you whether or not your car is being or is tracking you, rather, what information it's keeping on you. So we'll do that in a bit. Let's work in a couple of dispatches real quick and see what you think about things. Here we go. Here is Cheeky Michelle chiming in. It says, truck parking in New York City.
Hey, y'all. We live up in New England, and my boyfriend's kids had spring break last week, so we took them in New York City, and we drove his work truck.
New York
and we had
City.
to pay $85 in Times Square to pay for parking for just one day. And we had to be out by 11:59 or else we get charged more. So, yeah, big trucks in big cities don't mix. Have a great day.
All right. Wait. What is the reasoning? I mean, did it take up more than one parking spot and you had to pay two parking
Or is
spots?
she just saying she had it? Well, is it more because it was a truck? Is that what she's trying to
We
say?
need a follow-up,
That's what
lady.
she's implying.
Cheeky Michelle, here's the thing. I agree with you. $85 to park for the day sounds expensive.
But sounds New York.
It's literally Times Square.
Yeah.
Like, if you can think of the most expensive place outside of a concert or something where people are paying tons of money to park on somebody's lawn, it's going to be in Times Square. That's where you're going to get charged the most.
I didn't even know you could park in Times Square.
It seems like it would be a
I don't
nightmare.
think I've ever seen a car in Times Square.
I've
Just a
seen
naked
them drive
cowboy.
through.
I've seen plenty of taxi cabs driving all over the place, and I'd rather jump in one of those.
One time I was there, they had a whole bunch of those like three-wheel. They're not motorcycles. What's that thing that
Kent drives?
Kent has,
Slider, Viper?
A whole bunch of those things, just like tearing down. Like they had a big gang of them, and I was like, look, you're
That's one of his
because
cars.
they're
It's not a
famous.
gang. It's a group of middle-aged men.
James on YouTube says Memphis is more violent than San Francisco. That is true, but you're talking about specifically violent crime.
Now, how much do they poop on the streets in Memphis?
I don't think as much as San Francisco. I don't know if anybody's got them beat in that.
I think it's worth mentioning. I had a friend just reach out to me saying I was in San Francisco for a long weekend last year. He did not see a single human poop on the street.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe
I
some
don't know
of
if
the
they're
areas,
trying to clean up, or maybe it was right before.
some of the areas are cleaner than others. Maybe they didn't go by the places where the poop is just
Oh, he
really...
did just text me, but I did leave a poop on the street.
Might as well.
Oh.
Everybody else is doing it.
Man, that my friend paid $57 a day in San Francisco last week for parking, but he was at Coachella, so I wonder if that
Coachella.
Yeah, maybe they
changes
raised the
anything.
prices a little bit for the people who are over there. Amy on YouTube says it's not so much the violence in San Francisco, it's the drugs and the homelessness. And that's true. That's what's leading to a lot of this. And it's just the idea that a lot of these people know that if they run into a Target and grab a bunch of stuff and run out of the Target, that nothing's going to happen to them. So they do that, and then they run over to places like the Tenderloin and a couple other spots in San Francisco, and they go to these people who have tables set up where they're selling all kinds of merchandise. They sell the stuff they just stole from the store to those people. Those people sell it to all the people looking for a good deal in this square where they're doing this stuff, and they buy drugs with the money. I mean, it's just round and round we go, and it's just a huge, huge problem there. All right, well, a lot of people chiming in on this. We're going to also see about your car. Is it tracking you? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeart Radio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for an accident causing delays on I-4 westbound before US 27. There's delays on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident heading southbound. At exit 244 US 192, the on-ramp left lane is blocked. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm, your ticket to the sleep you need. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. Save up to $700 and get a free adjustable base on select mattresses. Plus, you can rest easy knowing you have the 120-night sleep trial to make sure your new bed is perfect.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as one checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
It's summer at Racetrack. Open up a bottle of savings with buy one, get one for $1 20-ounce sodas. That's delicious. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. Buy one 20-ounce soda, get one for $1. See store for details and additional limitations.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeart Media gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40% of Americans don't have $400 saved in case of an emergency. People are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind. That's why at our firm, our fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case. When you're injured in an accident or hurt on the job, choosing a lawyer will be the most important decision you'll have to make. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others. Want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery, 5 important things to do to protect your prostate, and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com, prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Shoppers, this is your local sweet corn farmer letting you know that Florida sweet corn is in season. Grown right here by farmers just like me. These golden cobs of sunshine are already in the produce section, waiting to go home to your family's dinner table. For all your local grown in-season foods and ingredients, ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com. And happy eating
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone.
This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Is your car tracking you right now? Is your car spying on you? I just checked. I got bad news, man. Mine was not a good result. I'll tell you how you can find out about yours in just a moment. But one thing that I did notice was when you look at this stuff, you see just how much technology is worked into newer cars. And I looked up my car. My car is a 2018, I think. And when you search it, it's on this free website. So you could do this too if you want to. I saw a big article about this today. It says, new tool shows if your car might be tracking you and selling your data. Like they're actually taking the data afterwards and selling it to companies.
That, man.
It's everywhere now. It's like everything that we use.
Why don't we get paid for it? Get a little bit off the, the price of the car if they want to sell the data.
I bet if you said that to them, they'd go, we're already reducing the price of the cars.
Okay.
That's why the Oculus is so cheap, right? Facebook bought it up and made it a couple $100, entry level almost. I mean, it's less than an Xbox, but it's got all the technology of something that would have been $1,500 to $2,100, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make this money in data mining.
Yeah, the craziest thing about this is oftentimes you'll hear these things, and you're not going to be vetting this in a way where you're skeptical enough. And so here's an example: when you hear that Amazon purchases Roomba. Right, Roomba, the little motorized robot vacuum thing, goes around your house. Sometimes gets stuck on some poop and makes a giant mess, or sometimes does a good job and ends up successfully cleaning your house and makes it so you can be nice and lazy. So everybody's heard of Roomba. It's a giant thing out there. It's huge. Amazon gobbles it up. And people think, well, Amazon bought that because it's a big company, and Amazon's in the business of making monies, and so they want to do this. No, you got to be skeptical. Amazon bought the Roomba company because now, not only are they in your house with some smart speakers and this or that, but they have a little device that can actually map out your house and tell them how much square footage you have, tell them different things about, where your appliances are.
You can't opt out of that? That's insane to me.
You probably can. I think you can opt out of a lot of stuff, but they make it really difficult. So if you want to opt out of everything that's tracking you, it's a whole process that you have to go through.
Give me the app, the website that will do it all for me.
Yeah, that's probably not far away.
And then they'll probably sell my data as well.
Yeah, they have the whole bundle of all of it. And when I search for mine, it's called vehicleprivacyreport.com. All right, that's where you go. And then take your VIN number on your car. If you don't know what that is, get out of your car and look through the windshield on the driver's side. On the bottom of your bottom right windshield, you'll see the VIN number. One is on every car. It's like a long string of numbers and letters. When I search for mine, it says, this car is like a smartphone on wheels. Sounds bad? And then it says telematics status, yes. What the hell is telematics?
Yes.
When a vehicle has its own independent cellular data plan, it has telematics. Vehicles with telematics can receive and send information without having to rely on connectivity of personal devices.
Okay. So it means that your car could basically have a SIM card.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how the iPad, there's an option for a cellular iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a phone, even though they actually assign the iPad a phone number.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that
way.
You don't use it that way, but it's just like any decent GPS tracker would be something that you would slip a SIM card into, like a mini SIM.
Yeah.
It's something that communicates on its own with cell towers, and that's what your telematics
So
is.
I'm driving around, and unbeknownst to me, my car is sending whatever data they're collecting on me back to them to sell to other people so they make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Then it goes through what kind of information they're collecting. It says Genesis collects identifiers, biometrics, location, and user profiles. And I don't know what half of that is. I don't know what they mean by like identifiers. Maybe that's information on the driver itself. Biometrics. What is it getting from me, biometrics-wise? That's
There's
usually like
technology
fingerprints.
in your seat.
Maybe I don't. Maybe it's getting my fingerprints from my steering wheel or something weird.
God, that'd be a lot.
That's scary.
I don't think it would scan your fingerprints, but it might.
It says click each button for details. Identifiers. Identifiers such as real name, alias, address, VIN, IP address, and online identifiers, email addresses, account name, blah, 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 social security, driver's license number, and et cetera, et cetera.
Because I'm not very familiar with the technology, this may sound like a stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a car that connects to your Bluetooth in
Yeah.
order to play music and receive calls, and then sometimes, like when mine is connecting, it's like gathering your contact information so I
Right.
can ask my car to call mom. Does that also, like that data, go to the car?
It might from a different way, but I don't think it goes from your car. That would be like from your phone that would be being sent out, I think, that way. This is like doing it because the car itself has connectivity.
What was the website again?
The website is vehicleprivacyreport.com. And when it says biometrics, it says physiological, biological, or behavioral characteristics that can be used alone or in combination with each other to establish individual identity. For example, if you enroll, we may collect and process biometrics, fingerprint or facial recognition as part
Wow.
of certain features on your services. And they go on to talk about all the stuff that they get from you. And then they sell this. It says they sell it to affiliates, service providers, and the federal government. Yes, why not? Get them in on this too.
So you think any of this, well, I mean, do you pay for a cell phone plan for your car?
No.
Okay, so you're not using the telemetrics.
Would it only be for people who are paying for the service?
I mean, you would have to be paying for the...
How stupid. Why would I pay for the service? It's going to send all this stuff.
by the way.
Yeah, but you're paying for the in-car Wi-Fi or certain connectivity. Like if you had like apps on your car,
Yeah.
that were like iHeart Radio, Pandora, stuff like that use the internet instead of a different
Instead
antenna.
of FM or AM.
Now, if they decided that the data is important enough to keep that thing active, and they're paying less because the data's less.
It might be. It might be the case that they're like, we already got this in the car. We make money selling all this crap to everybody, including the government. What's your say, Sabrina?
Okay, so what did they call yours on wheels?
Smartphone on wheels?
All right, so my 2014, I bought it in 2013, Mazda 6 is like a hard drive on wheels.
Oh, all right. So it's collecting the information, but not transmitting it back to the company so they can sell all your crap out there.
So no known data deletion. It collects identifiers. Biometrics says silent.
Mm-hmm.
Location, yes. Sync phone, silent. User profile, yes. Affiliates, yes.
So that's even your car then, in your car's almost 10 years old, even your car is collecting data based on where you're driving. And if they want to, they can
What am
get
I supposed
access
to do with
it.
a new car then?
That was the weirdest CAPTCHA I've ever done, by the way.
With the owl head?
The center of the owl head.
I do the same thing. Yeah, usually it's just you click the thing that says you're not a robot, which do you guys know what that actually does?
Yeah, it helps Google images.
No. If it doesn't show you any photos that you have to choose from, like pick all the street signs out or the sidewalks, if it just says, are you, check this if you're not a robot. Do you know what it does?
What?
It gets access to the websites that you've visited previous to
great.
this in your browser.
So we're just
to
like not
see
safe anywhere.
If it's like human-like browsing and behavior that was going on previous to this visit. Everybody's watching us, man.
You know who's going to get it right? Our great-great-grandchildren.
They're going to lock everything up.
I also have a hard drive on wheels.
Oh,
do you?
look at
My
us, twins.
telematics status is no. Let's see. Does not have telematics. Does store personal data, making this car like a hard drive on wheels. What personal data does it store?
I think it's more than you think it would be, including, does your location thing, is that lit up on your car?
Location?
Yeah.
It says yes.
Yeah, that means it's tracking the location or where the vehicle is going, at least in some way. even though your car is from what year did you say?
2000. I think it's 05.
So the 2005. So even that far back, they're still tracking this stuff.
It says, all right, here, quotes from public documents. Toyota collects sensitive personal information or data such as precise geolocation data. Again, where is it getting that data?
I don't know.
The
Must
car
be
doesn't
something
know
in
where
there.
it is unless there's GPS in it.
Maybe it is. Maybe it
Don't
has
cars
it.
have like a their own version of a black box?
Yeah, there is something that you could tap into to see, like, if somebody was speeding, or there's newer cars, I think, have that.
I guess we're all getting bicycles, huh?
Man, this is weird.
Biometric information for the purpose of uniquely identifying an individual. Account login information. I bought this from a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have not logged into any accounts.
You might have all his info, or whoever had it before him.
Driver's license and financial information. Again, I bought this car in a cash transaction.
Well, you're like a ghost. You're in the system, but you're not who you actually are in the system. And if you want to do this yourself, you can. So it just shows you the car that you're driving, the car that you drove to work to get today, the car that you have in front of your house is collecting all kinds of information on you. And then the companies that own the cars and that make the cars, rather, are selling it out to companies and the government. You can check it out, vehicleprivacyreport.com. It's totally free. And like C-Lane said, you could see the documents where it says specifically what your car is saying about you.
I still think that it's kind of vague, like vaguing these documents out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's saying because it says this. Does it say that specifically about this year or just about Toyota?
Mm-hmm. In general?
Because when you say you have a smartphone versus a dumb phone, I have a dumb car.
Yeah. It's
my
not.
My car has a cassette deck. My car's an idiot.
It's a little old school, but it still apparently is getting some data from you, and maybe they want to sell that off at some point. Real quick, before we try to do a dispatch or two here, I saw this headline from the Associated Press, and I was like, that is quite the thing. And actually, the first couple of sentences are what hooked me in. This says, Bondi, an 8-month-old toy poodle, had just returned from a walk when he began stumbling.
Bondi's a weird name.
His head wobbled, and soon he could barely stand, so his owner rushed him to the vet. The doctor quickly made a diagnosis. Bondi was stoned. And they talk about something that I don't believe, all right?
What?
I don't believe that this is a thing. The stupid headline really does me in. This is a serious news outlet. It says, Scooby-Dooby don't.
Oh, clickbait.
Discarded joints pose hazards for dogs, and they're trying to convince me and everybody else that it's a risk when you're walking your dog out there because there's recreational and medical marijuana in a lot of these cities, that people are just sprinkling joints out into the city.
Well, now that it's so easy to get weed, like back in the day, you would never.
Yeah.
You got a roach, you saved that, and you packed it into a bowl.
Yeah, mostly because I was poor in college.
Do you think there's just weed? I've never found a joint lying on the ground in my life.
You don't look at the ground.
I don't look at the ground enough, but I definitely haven't seen a joint on the ground.
I've seen joints, and I've also seen cocaine baggies on the ground.
I've seen that more. I've seen that more than I've seen any kind of weed on the ground, and that'll get your dog high as a kite. They said this doctor said Bondi was stoned. On his walk, a sniff must have led Bondi to a discarded joint, which he ate. He was just doing his usual thing, exploring everything, sniffing everything, and they said the dog ate marijuana, and it got high, and this is happening more and more. More and more dogs are coming across and eating discarded joints and edibles. I've never seen that in my life.
I mean,
like a
it
weed
does
brownie
happen.
on the ground?
A weed brownie?
I don't think this is common.
No, the roach I could see happening.
That, yes,
just
I
like
could
a
see.
cigarette butt. An intern from Real Radio back in the day just posted not too long ago. His dog, as a cute little pug, got a hold of a roach as well.
All right.
And they perfectly and beautifully displayed how that timeline went. And they called the vet, and basically they say there's not much you could do. Just make sure that he's hydrated, and you kind of have to just ride it out.
Right. The dog's not going to die from it.
They said that he loved cheese at that moment, but they had to approach the dog so slowly. Because of its pug eyes, it got startled every time something was in its face.
I think it was in
so
the zone.
stoned.
That was really, really probably an experience for that dog.
Got to pay the cheese tax.
I don't understand this being a thing. Marijuana poisonings, which are almost never fatal, were once rare among pets, and now
Then
they
why
say it's
call
more
it
common.
poisoning?
Yeah.
Is it a
Because
sickness?
it's against their consent.
I guess if I get food poisoning, it's not generally fatal. But I mean, are the dogs? Are they calling it poisoned because the dog got something it's not supposed to, or is the dog sick?
They said in this case the dog was behaving strange and like falling over and
high.
Yeah, it was just stoned.
The dog is high.
And listen to this paragraph. Tell me this doesn't prove my point that this is not a real thing.
Okay.
In the first 3 months of the year, the one veterinarian has already seen 6 cases, which is about the same number she's treated over the past 3 decades.
Yeah.
So there's been 6 cases. Okay, so it's a giant percentage growth.
So more people are smoking weed?
Yeah, but it's a giant percentage growth on nothing. She's seen 6 cases of dogs that have gobbled up weed. Where are those dogs getting weed? In public, on the streets, on the sidewalk? No, they're probably getting it at their owner's house because the owner left something out at the house, which I think is much more common than just walking your dog around.
Your dog would be in a much more risky situation if it ate an onion than it would eating a roach.
Oh, yeah, lots of other stuff that's bad for him, too.
The only thing I could really think of that would maybe play into this story is that I don't think what you just said is more common, is that the dog just found the weed at the owner's house because the owner's a stoner.
You think it's more likely the dog would get the weed from outside in public than inside?
I think the only thing about this story that leads to that being more accurate is that people who are stoners and the dog gets a hold of it, they're going to go, oh yeah, the dog's just a little high. It's people who are still afraid of weed.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or who think that, like, for some reason, some joint that they found on the street's going to have fentanyl in it because, like, they're still
fentanyl's in everything.
They're still just terrified of drugs.
Well, if you had something really strong as an edible, though, you might be concerned if your dog ate it, even if you were somebody who knows about that stuff.
Yeah, but I think the people who know about that stuff are more likely to try and just wait it out versus the
it's
people
worth
who
a
are
call
like
to the vet.
rush to the vet.
Well, this is kind of interesting based on what Sabrina said. It says Sue Scott was in a panic when her 9-month-old fawn pug, Cersei.
It's a fawn pug.
There's another. The story you were telling was a pug, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just don't know there was a fawn pug.
It's a fawn pug, 9 months old, Cersei, collapsed after a recent walk. Cersei's paws splayed out on the floor. Her head shook to and fro, and she drooled. A million things were running through my head, the 68-year-old said. Marijuana poisoning was not among them. I would never have thought that. And then, in what must have been a hilarious
Is there a test for marijuana poisoning? Like, how do they find out that that's what it was?
That's a good point.
Did the dog puke up the joint?
I wonder if they just guess. Dog's acting a little delirious, a little weird, and they're like, oh, dog must have ate some of that street weed. That's what's going on here, when it could be anything that they got in their system. They said in that case, Scott made a video call to Dr. Addis, who said Cersei was showing all the signs of being high. She now keeps Cersei on a shorter leash, mindful of where she pokes her nose. So they
you
said,
should do that all the time.
Beware.
You're walking your dog.
Beware about this. There's weed everywhere. Your cars are sending information back to the dealerships. It's wild out there. Let's go to you. Let's see what's happening in your world. Let's work in a couple of dispatches here. And we start with the Abominable Mormon with a dispatch.
Happy Wednesday, junkies.
You too.
So it's considered poisoning because dogs metabolize it differently and they react differently to marijuana and THC. It's not a fun experience for them. They get it's more drunk-like in humans than it is like high. So they're stumbling everywhere. They lose really control of like, hey, I have to pee. Let's get up to go pee. It's like they'll just pee on themselves on the bed. So
babies. I've done
it's
that
not a fun
too,
experience for them. And every case, to my knowledge, where a dog has died from marijuana, it's due to actually choking on vomit and not actually due to
okay, dude,
the amount of weed or whatever in their system. So it's just important that hang out with them, don't let them be alone, keep them on their side if they can't keep themselves up, and just, as Celine said, you just ride it out.
Good information.
Anyways,
thank you, the Abominable Mormon. We got so much more to get into. The next episode's on the way. Fritz on the Street is on the way. And I can read your mind.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, right.
It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Watch out for an accident causing delays on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound, ramp from exit 244, US 192. The on-ramp left lane is blocked. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Authorities are closing French Avenue, both northbound and southbound, north of State Road 417 and before 25th Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today and do it with that mortgage guy, Don. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. With over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, very safe to say, well, Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence that he is looking out for you. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. Now, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. And if you want to see a difference, go to the website right now, click Apply Now, and get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote. And any question you have direct access to the man himself. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The podcast, Silenced, the Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, the Radio Murders on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on your pet's favorite brands like Blue Buffalo, Iams, Wholehearted, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention, and more. Don't forget, your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the...
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassy's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassy's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
What is going on here? I want to play something for you. I want you to hear this. I know the audio is not perfect, but I want to see if we can figure out if this is just an absolutely crazy, entitled girl, or if there's something else going on, because when I saw this, it was just really surprising to me. Let me see. Let me bring this up here so I can play it for everybody, and you can judge from there. Again, the audio is not perfect, so I'll kind of tell you along the way when something's quiet what this young woman sang. But this happened a little while back, and this is a woman who crashed her car. Like I think she was out of it drunk or something, and she smashed into some people and she killed 2 people.
God.
And she's in I think she's in a hospital room actually, but there's a cop there with her, and she keeps acting like, "Hey, what am I going to get out of here? Where's my car? I got to drive to school in the morning." And
That's not happening.
The cop is like, he's saying exactly that, Sabrina. The cop's like, are you okay? What the hell's going on? You're not going to school. Your car is not going to be something you're driving anymore.
I am immediately reminded of Making a Murderer, the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And they were showing the nephew who was like, okay, I guess I'll admit to these murders, but am I going to be home in time to watch wrestling?
Yeah, I got to see the big wrestling match later tonight. And they're like, whoa, buddy.
Which, I mean, it's such a weird sign, and I feel like usable for the defense attorney to be like, he clearly does not understand the gravity.
Yeah. I mean, I think in his case, you're right. He definitely didn't have the intellectual capacity to understand, hey, I just admitted to being involved in a murder. I'm probably not going home to watch wrestling. In this case, I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's because she's not intellectually able to grasp it. It's either because she's so blasé about having just killed 2 people and she thinks she'll never suffer any consequences, or something else is going on. So here it is, all right? So she's on the hospital bed.
You never answered me about my car.
She said, you never answered me about my car.
I have school tomorrow, so how do I get my car for school?
I have school tomorrow, so how do I get my car for school?
Well, your car is totaled. What's what?
Your car is totaled.
Total wrecked.
She's still hammered, huh?
Okay, so how do I get it to your school? You don't.
She said, okay, so how can I get it to go to school tomorrow? He's like, you don't. You don't. So I'm juggling a couple of things here. Either she's so callous and crazy and evil and doesn't care. She doesn't think she's going to be punished for anything. That's one possibility, but I don't think that's actually that likely. 2, maybe she's still absolutely hammered out of her mind and she can't process what's actually happening in front of her.
I think with inebriation and shock of being in a car accident.
Right.
Your mind is in flight mode, even though your body's still physically there.
And that goes to 3. If she got into this accident that killed 2 people, maybe her head hit the steering wheel or something, and she's kind of out of it because she's not grasping that this guy goes, hey, you're not getting your car, all right?
So I don't go to school tomorrow, is what you're telling me?
So I don't go to school tomorrow? Is that what you're telling me?
No, ma'am. You want me to be honest with you? You're going to jail. You don't have a bond. You killed 2 people tonight. I don't think you understand that. You do not have a bond. You are not getting out of jail.
Still no reaction.
Your car
from her
is
face,
property
man.
of East Point Police Department because it's a crime scene. It killed 2 people tonight. You are clueless with that, clearly. I've already explained this to you. You're going to jail for reckless homicide tonight. You're going to jail for aggravated DUI for killing 2 people. That's what's going on.
She does look so unfazed.
Like, not even a wince. She's just blinking long. That's wild.
Staring back at him, and she's like, but not head and hands, it's just completely disconnected.
So no, you're not going to school tomorrow. You're not getting your car out of impound.
Can I go Tuesday for my night class?
Can I get it Tuesday, though, for my night class? The cop's going to blow up.
I understand.
He's
This
already
is insane.
quite upset with her.
Wait, it's just sit in the damn hospital room with her.
Well, yeah, and also, I mean, the way that he keeps, bringing up the "you killed 2 people" part.
Yeah.
Should have had Celine go in drunk and be like, "Did you vehicular manslaughter
DUI
somebody?"
manslaughter. She's like, "Can I get it Tuesday though for my night class?"
Did you just hear what I just told you?
You said I'm not going tomorrow. I'm talking about Tuesday.
Did you hear when I said
You
that
said I'm going to jail tomorrow.
You're going to jail when we're done here?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told you? You killed 2 people tonight?
Yeah, so I'm just wondering when I can go to school.
Oh my God, this is wild.
She says, yes, I'm just wondering when I could go to school. This is from...
Also, who likes school that much?
She's really into it, isn't she? I got to get my car. I got to go back to school.
You're not ever going back to school.
Angel says it's hard to understand. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you what she's saying at some points because it's muffled audio. And this is from sometime last year when she got into this accident, but the video is making the rounds now. And I really wonder if she's still hammered or if it's a head injury or I don't know if a person can be that detached. Maybe she is. Maybe it's just that she's like, yeah, I know I'm going to jail today, but what about Wednesday? What about Wednesday, my night class? He said, we're done. This is her. She ended up getting charged with 2 counts. She got a 14-year prison sentence for a fatal DUI crash.
Can I go to school on Thursday?
She was just sentenced this past week, and that's why this is popping back up.
They did say, though, after the 14 years, she will be returning back to school.
Good.
She's headed back. It's going to be a Billy Madison situation.
She gonna maybe she could take those prison classes.
My God, it's so strange to hear. And now we go on to another side of your mind. And can you read them? Well, maybe is the answer. It's a lot that's going on out there in the world of AI. There's a lot to kind of tackle, and there's a lot to be afraid of, I think. But they said devices that can read our minds, this according to Quartz Weekly, they said devices that can read our minds are a step closer to becoming reality. Researchers at the University of Texas at Austin reported they successfully used a brain scanner paired with an AI language model to glean the gist of a person's thoughts and translate them into words. It marks the first non-invasive technique able to translate thoughts into continuous speech. Nothing to worry about here, right? Nothing to worry. If this connects with ChatGPT and some other AI models, nothing to freak out about. They took 3 volunteers in the study. 3 volunteers had their brain activity measured while receiving an fMRI scan. During the scanning sessions, they listened to a total of 16 hours worth of podcasts and radio shows, hopefully this one. Gathering data from the scans, researchers created a map of how each participant's brain responded to language. Then participants were asked to imagine telling a story, which the decoder then translated, and they were able to tell back to the person who never said it out loud. What the hell, man? And they're not able to nail things word for word, but they got a general storyline of what was going on in this person's head. It is happening, man. It is weird out there. and it's going to be a weird future we're all facing. What do you think about that? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What is coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? How would you like to make $1,000 to live your life a quarter mile at a time, times 10? Because I have a job for you, baby.
Nice.
A concert goer is making headlines after experiencing a third movement during the second movement of Symphony No. 5. Lots of numbers, get the calculators ready. Plus, Aaron and Nick Carter's mother goes full Florida after going full volume. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Nope.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid-80s, another warm one. We are monitoring winds out of the west-northwest at anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. The breezy conditions mixed with that dry air do bring up a red flag warning, meaning any fires that do start today likely will spread quickly. Stay safe and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
You probably already know that Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. But now we have a chance for you to earn $5,000. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you the keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. However, if you listen to Real Radio on our free iHeart Radio app, you can earn $5,000. Always remember, if you get the call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Duncan scores! Big dunk! Slots one home!
Orlando City's next match is on the road as the Lions travel north of the border, taking on CF Montreal on Saturday, May 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at Kiwi's Pub and Grill in Altamont Springs for the first official City Pub Watch Party of the season, presented by Heineken Silver.
All right, I'll tell him. My friend here wants you to know that dogs are part of our families. Let's celebrate that with a day of family fun at Barks in the City, June 3rd, 2 to 8 p.m. at the Apopka Amphitheater. Enjoy food, signature pup tails, live music, a kid's zone, a doggy zone, and more. Barks in the City, where you and your dog can paw-tea. Tickets available at barksinthecity.com.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
And now, a couple of corny facts. Number 1, there are about 800 kernels in each ear of corn. Number 2, an ear of corn always has an even number of rows. And number 3, Florida sweet corn season ends in June. June? What? Why didn't anybody tell me that it was gonna...
Oh, well, I guess that's a wrap.
It's sweet corn season in Florida. Stop on your way home and get some before it's gone. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Dunkin' wants to raise a cup to our brave nurses for their commitment to helping all of us. On May 6th, Dunkin' is celebrating Nurses Day by offering nurses a free medium iced or hot coffee. Just mention you're a nurse while ordering. Our nation's nurses are heroes, so let's continue to celebrate them with free coffee at participating Dunkin' locations on May 6th. Offer participation may vary. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Limit 1 per guest. Not valid on mobile orders. No ID required. America runs on Dunkin'.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backup singers. So right before this important meeting, I get a text from EasyCater that the restaurant lost power. No electricity. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But EasyCater was like, don't worry. No sweat. They got another restaurant to fill the whole order. And I was like, are you kidding me? But in a good way. Inflection is everything.
Problem with your order? EasyCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants.
EasyCater.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
They got your back.
Winning Wednesdays happen every Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041 with a new prize available every Wednesday. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And if you miss any of the show, don't forget you can always get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. Very easy for you to get on board. Our friend Fritz joins us in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Fritz.
Hello.
And we're
In
gonna
my
play
chair.
Fritz on the Street in just a moment. And we'll play it right at the top
What'd
of
you
the
guys
hour,
do last
actually.
week when I was out sick?
Oh, we played for fun. We just did it for funsies. And
But my score counted.
Yeah, I forgot.
C-Lane won again? Now, where were you sitting, Fritzy?
I was
sitting here.
Yeah, we're sitting there. Wow,
Interesting.
that mic is not sounding right. We'll fix that. Or maybe we'll get you moved over.
Sounds very sensual.
All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm a stripper, and I also love spreadsheets.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com and the host of the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation. Please work with the man who has your best interest in mind. Go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. It was 37 years ago, 1986. This gal right here.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton is right. Elaine, go ahead.
Dolly Parton?
Reba McEntire?
Now it's an itch I need to scratch.
We broke you.
Dolly Parton officially opened Dollywood Amusement Park to the public in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. They say they get 2.5 million guests a year.
When was it that it opened?
37 years ago.
Damn.
Yep. And employ 3,000 people. And I have yet to go.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you guys been?
I have not been, but it would be interesting to go. I would
Is it
definitely
roller
go.
coasters too?
I don't know what they have there. I think it's like a whole amusement park type thing.
And I failed you on Monday, but we have plenty of time. Did you know what the theme of May is? What May is the month of?
May is the month of
Asians?
No, not Asian.
Oh, good guess.
Every month, Asians.
It's not Asian month.
Okay. You want to bet? I think it's Asian month.
Okay, well, it's something else. Asians and something else.
Well, it's a lot of things. Each day has its own damn thing.
Is it
these days.
Technology Month?
It is not Technology Month. May is Masturbation May.
Oh, okay.
It's also Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
I stayed up late to masturbate.
Sorry, this one sounds
It
more
felt
fun.
So nice. I did it twice.
Last
night I stayed up late to masturbate. It felt so good. I knew it would.
Uh-huh.
Smash it, mash it.
May is celebrated as Masturbation Month, or more politically correct, National Masturbation Month. So be sure to celebrate. Particular time of year was created by Good Vibration Sex Shop back in 1995 in response to Bill Clinton's firing of Surgeon General Dr. Jocelyn Elders, who believed that masturbation should be taught in schools as part of the curriculum. This is the 28th year that the celebration is taking place. Every year, the business dedicates a post to Elders and her fruitful work. They describe her as the first black woman to serve in that role for a simple and truthful statement about masturbation. They even have a calendar that is circulating that gives you a different way to masturbate each day.
Oh, wow. I only knew there were two.
And there was someone who I suppose got Masturbation Month started early, because now making the headlines, attendees of a concert performed at the L.A. Philharmonic Orchestra reported that someone in the audience on April 28th delivered a loud moaning sound, which supposedly was an orgasm. During the end, I'm going to butcher this name.
Uh-oh.
Tchaikovsky?
Yeah, this is like
Tchaikovsky's?
This is a fancy thing. It's a fancy thing, but I don't know. There's just a sound of the woman. I've heard it. I don't know if you have it.
Oh, I have it.
But I wonder if she really did have an orgasm.
So there are multiple reports, but we'll start with the juiciest one. They say during the Symphony No. 5, a woman in the audience had a loud and full-body orgasm during the 5th second movement. This, according to a composer and music producer who was in attendance. Band politely carried on. Props to L.A. Phil for bringing it on. Now, I have the sound for you here. First the original, then the enhanced.
All right.
Are we ready?
Yes.
That's all I have. And this is the enhanced version.
Enhance.
I don't know. It sounds like somebody's having a good time.
Yeah.
Enhance.
All right, it sounds like it to me.
Imagine if you were
sounds
that
like a man.
person. Do you think it sounds like a guy?
It was a woman, though.
Sounds
So
like a monster.
after someone tweeted out, someone else in attendance suggested that the moan could have been actually something quite different. I was there. This is not what happened. The poor woman had a breakdown of some sort.
No.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of mental anguish.
After the concert, we are friends since out time together of UNM. I don't know what that means. And we're all worried it was a medical emergency. Please have more respect. I have ran all possible scenarios, said the composer. Tourette's even. I was in close proximity. I had no less than 8 other friends coincidentally attending. All had reached a similar conclusion. She remained for the rest of the show. Her demeanor was evident. My corroborated take is merely an observation. Respect maintained. There's another person who tweeted out her partner was right next to her and smiling and looking at her like an effort to not shame her. It was quite beautiful.
So we don't know if she had an orgasm or if it was some other terrible thing that was happening to her.
Hopefully an orgasm.
There's differing opinions on this.
Speaking of being really loud, the mother of this guy right here, rest in peace.
Aaron Carter.
say that much?
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter's right. And Nick and Aaron Carter's mom ended up in jail after allegedly arguing with her husband over their TV's remote control. Classic Florida.
Man, that family has some issues going on, unfortunately.
They have a new documentary about him. I just saw on Hulu. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, there was after a night of, you guessed it, drinking with an adult family member and getting into a verbal altercation that turned physical. Jane was listening to music so loudly on the TV, hubby couldn't sleep. They had a confrontation. Jane grabbed his wrist, and because he had whipped out his phone to record what was happening, he thought, well, how you touched me, I should call the police immediately.
Oh, no.
And so he did. Cops got to Jane's Florida home. Officers watched his cell phone video, decided they'd seen enough to arrest Jane for battery. Online records showed Jane was booked early Saturday morning, eventually posted a $100 bond, and meanwhile, her husband was not injured and didn't want to go to the hospital, thank God. So there you have it.
They have a lot of drama in that house. The idea that was the family behind releasing the photos of the bathtub.
That was the mom. That was the mom. She and if you go to her Facebook page, it's like full-blown conspiracy theory.
As a parent, could you ever imagine like your kid dies that way and you post that photo online? That's weird.
No, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-conforming, I give you pre-recorded with Kelly and Mark.
They're still not live?
No, they're live, but now people are very upset because rumor has it, / people, I guess, who watch so often, that they are pre-recording a lot of their shows, and they're big mad about it.
Uh-oh.
On April 26th, Kelly Ripa and husband Mark Consuelos reportedly pre-recorded their June 19th episode, and the following day pre-taped their show that is scheduled to air on June 26th.
Yeah, I'd heard that they were doing this. It doesn't surprise me, though.
No.
We probably should have recorded our first week of shows.
Absolutely.
We probably should have got that locked in a little more.
If anyone has experience, it's all of us, because we have half the people who think it's live and then respond accordingly, and the other half is like, wow, you're all fired.
Yeah.
Everyone's done.
I think they're just trying to work out the chemistry, which sounds weird because they're a husband and wife, but like the on-set chemistry is still different.
This guy right here, bad news, scary news. Oh, my God.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
Ed Sheeran is right, and needed to drop. He's been in court defending himself against the claims that his hit Thinking Out Loud is a ripoff of Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On.
It totally is.
I just love that Marvin Gaye, this is what, the third, fourth copyright lawsuit when it comes to one of his songs? Everyone's just ripping off Marvin Gaye?
Because once lawyers see that you can make money that way, they go for it. And
it's just his songs, though.
So Fritz says it totally is
Sounds like it.
a ripoff. It does sound like it, but
It's
just
the same chord progression.
It's the same key.
just because something sounds like something else does not mean that was the inspiration for the other thing.
That is true. It's a very common chord progression, too.
If you have like two people locked in a room and they both have guitars, put them in there long enough, they're going to come up with the songs that are very similar, yet there was no way that they could steal that music from each other.
Now they have to prove it.
Sometimes they do steal it, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if they do prove it, Ed's lawyer asked him what he's going to do if the court rules against him, and he said, if it happens, I'm done. I'm stopping.
Oh, he's quitting.
I'm out. Said, I find it to be really insulting. I work really hard to be where I'm at. He's being sued by a company called Structured Asset Sales, who bought 1/3 of the shares of the song from the family of Marvin Gaye.
You got shares of a song now?
Yeah. I also got
Sheeran
snippy.
shares.
I guess at the plaintiff's lawyer at one point saying, you're trying to diminish my success. Thinking Out Loud was my very first Grammy.
That's interesting. I didn't even know that. So this is a company that bought 1/3 of the rights to the Marvin Gaye song. Marvin Gaye's estate might not even have anything to do with this. Like, they're not behind the lawsuit. It's just somebody else who's doing it.
Who owns 1/3 of it. And I wonder
Did they
how
buy
much
it so they could sue Ed Sheeran?
They may have.
Probably. And finally, I shall leave you with this. A study has found that 50% of vinyl buyers, those that love records,
I saw this.
don't have a record player.
Yeah.
So it's very, I bought it before it was cool, but then you realize that you're just a big old phony.
I guess people are just like displaying them.
Displaying or collecting.
Yeah, because that could be
Well,
worth
just
money.
get the cover of it.
Oh.
But if you want to perhaps get yourself a record player, you can grab the latest vinyl release from this band right here.
Oh, Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy is right, and if you've ever shed a tear for Fall Out Boy, well, they've got some merch just for you. Fall Out Boy announced the release of their very own Crynal.
Crynal? Why Crynal?
A vinyl record filled with the actual tears from the band members.
Oh.
Is that
That is
not
emo
the
as hell.
cringes thing?
They're trying to be like Kiss.
So emo. Wait, what did they have? That was semen?
They have blood, I think, in something that they did.
Yeah.
A comic book or something.
I'll take the tears. So Much for Stardust is the release. Limited just 50 copies, featuring a built-in, fully functional tissue dispenser along with the set. And they're also going to do some giveaways as well. So get your cries on and your vinyl on, as they say. On the Boob Tube, we got The Masked Singer on Fox, for, 5th season finale of The Connors, 1st season finale of Not Dead Yet, series finale of A Million
I know.
Little Things.
This is going to be a tearjerker.
Gosh.
Brace yourself.
Put it in a vinyl and sell it later. And you can catch J-Lo and Nana on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, Fritz on the street. We're going to get Fritz over to a mic that sounds less like he's in a tin can. We're going to bring him over to the couch next to C-Lane so we can get everything ready for Fritz on the street. We're each going to represent one of you. The winner is going to get their hands on one of these final Fritz on the street 8-bit magnets. All right? So right now is when you get our attention. Each of us will pick somebody and we'll fight together in Fritz on the street. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeart Radio app.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
A lot.
We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Lots of people hired us. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Get ready to roll through McDonald's with the crew. Free up those cup holders because any size, any flavor is the vibe, and you're getting all the drinks. Make it a tasty frozen Coke, a fun frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a cool frozen Sprite Lemonade, a delicious Southern-style sweet tea, or a bold McCafe iced coffee. So many flavors. Any
what's up?
size is just $1.99. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Lemonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
When we made our McDonald's spicy chicken McNuggets, you were praise hands emoji. Then we ran out, and you were streaming tears emoji. Now they're back, so you can be grinning face with sweat emoji. Order ahead on the McDonald's app.
But they're only back for a limited time, so make like a lightning emoji and get yours fast. Order ahead on the app and get 30% off when you spend $5 or more using mobile order and pay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 4/1/23 through 4/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Limited time only. Excludes tax.
Summer at Racetrack. The sun's out and savings are in. We've got the deals to keep you deal-lighted all summer long. Stop in and buy any 20-ounce bottle of soda and sip on another for only $1. But the party doesn't stop there. Snag one slice of pizza and get another for only $1. More soda and more pizza. Saving money never tasted so good. Now that's how you make summer deal-lightful. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going. Restrictions apply. Limited time only while supplies last. See store for details.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep. And a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements. Learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better. Night after night. Sleep next level. Only from Sleep Number. Save $500 on the new next-gen Sleep Number Smart Beds, plus special financing only for a limited time. Go to sleepnumber.com for details.
Central Florida's most accurate forecast is on West 2 First Warning Weather.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. Grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Fritz on the street. The greatest game in all of radio in just a moment. And here's how things work for Fritz on the street. Not only is it a good time, you can play along in your car, your office, wherever you are right now, but we play for you. Each of us picks one of you, myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane. All will pick one of you. And if you win, or we win, if we win, you win.
Yeah,
that's
everyone's
the way it
a
goes.
winner.
If we win, you win. You get your hands on the 8-bit magnet for Game of Magnets, the Fritz on the Street magnet. There are only a couple of them left. I think there's literally like 3 of them left. And then we're going to go on to the new design that Fritz has come up with. So I have chosen Lee Road from YouTube. That's who I will be representing for Fritz on the Street. What about you, Sabrina?
I'm going to go with Cooch. Cooch was at karaoke.
All right,
Sing and
Cooch
shout.
from karaoke. How about you, C-Lane?
I'm going to go with Stephanie on YouTube.
Stephanie on YouTube. And all right, that means we're all set. And then one more question here. Fritz, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
I'm screwing everything up today.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
You bet your butt.
All right, hang on
It was
one
a
second.
traumatic break. It was a lot of things going on all at once.
Folks, there was technical difficulties, crazy back at headquarters, and C-Lane got everything sorted out, so we're
Thank you,
good.
C-Lane.
And Jack.
We're ready to go.
Thanks, Jack.
Let's do Fritz on the Street.
Now it's time Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Sean. Hello, C-Lane.
Hey, Fritz.
Hey, Fritzy.
Hello. Fritz on the Street, sponsored by Mo Do It. Injured on the go, just call Mo. That number is 866. Call Mo. 866. Call Mo. In first place with 158 points, we have Christopher Lane.
Yeah. All right.
In second place with 130 points, that would be Sabrina Ambra.
Okay.
And in third place with 123 points, we have Sean Wasson.
All right.
158.
Did the points count
130,
last week?
and
No,
123.
no. We've just played
Thank
for
you.
fun last week when you weren't here. This is for serious.
I think we figured out last week that if the points had counted, Sean would only barely be ahead of you.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
I didn't do that great.
Yeah, if we had counted the points, Sean would be up 3 points on you. So there you go.
Okay.
8 questions, 4 current event questions, and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. If you think you know it, chime in for that bonus point.
Were these given out at Cavo's last night, Fritz's Funhouse?
They were not, because playoff basketball was on. So instead, I went to my old stomping grounds, St. Andrew's Tavern in
Nice.
Altamont Springs, and I got 8
Yeah,
participants.
suck at Cavo's.
So if everyone is in, we can begin. Is that a yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Last week, which American broadcaster and former mayor passed away at
Sean.
the age? Sean?
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer is correct.
Broadcaster threw me off.
Yeah.
Which American broadcaster and former mayor passed away at the age of 79? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Jerry?
7.
7.
8.
8 for Sabrina.
7.
And 7 for C-Lane. Question number 1. With answers of 7 and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
Let's see who knows. Last week, which American broadcaster and former mayor passed away at the age of 79?
Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer.
Come on! Yeah, baby.
That would be 8.
Rest
so
in peace.
Sabrina's picking up 2 points, and Sean and C-Lane with your guesses of 7, each picking up 1 point. That's how we play Fritz on the Street. We move along to question number 2. Which virus killed over 500,000... Sean?
Marburg?
That is incorrect. Which virus killed over 500,000 Americans in 1918?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Should have waited.
You were thinking of a more recent virus
Yes.
there? Let's go with typhoid.
That is incorrect.
I will take the whole question again, please.
You got it. Which virus killed over 500,000 Americans in 1918?
Ooh, it's either the P or the small p.
P or the small p?
Smallpox.
No, that would be influenza or the Spanish flu.
Damn it.
Sean, you...
Didn't I name a flu? A flu? Wasn't typhoid a flu?
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Typhoid is that is a bladder infection, I think. That Typhoid Mary, she didn't wash her hands.
Yeah.
Big wheels keep on turning.
That is correct. Sean, you got
No, it's not.
Sean, you got question number 1 right. We will start with you. How many out of 8 do you think said the flu or Spanish flu?
3.
3.
2 for the flu.
2 for C-Lane.
4 for the flu.
And 4 for Sabrina. Question number 2. With answers of 2, 3, and 4. Let's see.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Someone's getting 2 points. Which virus killed over 500,000 Americans in 1918?
Scarlet fever.
Influenza. Polio.
TB.
Yellow fever. The Spanish flu.
Spanish flu. Spanish flu.
That would be 4. Sabrina's picking up 2 points on that one. Sean, with your guess of 3, picking up 1 point.
I'll take it.
We move on to question number 3 now. On Monday, which Canadian singer-songwriter? C-Lane?
Monday. Harry Belafonte.
That is incorrect. On Monday, which Canadian singer-songwriter
Damn
passed
it.
away at the age of 84?
Sean. Gordon Lightfoot.
That is correct. Yes. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Lightfoot? Sundown. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
3.
3. And the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. 3 for Sean.
Not one clue what that song is. You said 3? I will go 3.
3 for Sabrina.
4.
And 4 for C-Lane. Question 3. With answers of 3 and 4.
Ding, 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 ding.
You know your Lightfoot. On Monday, which Canadian singer-songwriter passed away at the age of 84?
Lightfoot. I don't know. Pass. Pass.
I don't know. Gordon Lightfoot. You pass.
He's Canadian? Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot.
That's 4. That means C-Lane's picking up 2 points, and Sean and Sabrina with a guess of 3, each picking up 1 point. Question 4 is the halfway point. On Fritz on the Street, after question 4, I'll tell you who so far is leading. And we go on to question 4 now. On Tuesday, which group of content creators went on strike?
Sean. The Writers Guild.
The Writers Guild is correct. Writers.
Content creators.
It's true.
This guy he's confusing us with words today.
Broadcaster. If he would have said TV host, everybody would have bam. Right
I'm
away
like,
on
what
Jerry
YouTubers?
Springer.
And then strike. I was like, damn it!
Nailed it.
Exactly. Question 4, full question. On Tuesday, which group of content creators went on strike against major Hollywood entertainment companies? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said writers or Writers Guild of America?
6.
6.
7.
7 for Sabrina.
8.
And 8 for C-Lane. Question 4 with answers of 6, 7, and 8.
Ding, 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 ding,
Okay.
ding, ding.
That's perfect through 4. On Tuesday, which group of content creators went on strike against major Hollywood entertainment companies?
The Writers Guild?
The Writers.
The Writers Guild. Writers Guild.
The Writers.
The Writers Guild of America. Writers. Hollywood Writers.
Writers Guild.
That's 8.
Damn.
So it only happens every 3 years, I guess.
that got out there.
C-Lane picking up 2 points on that one, and Sabrina with a guess of 7 picking up 1 point. That means through 4, halfway through Fritz on the Street, we have a tie for first place, 6 points each. Sabrina Ambra / Cooch, and Sean Wasson / Lee Road. And third place with 5 points, 1 point removed, Christopher Lane / Stephanie. Yeah. So it's anyone's game. We move on to question 5.
I'm freaking out, you guys.
It's about food. Question 5. What is the main ingredient in sauerkraut? Sabrina.
That would be obviously cabbage.
That is correct.
Okay.
Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said cabbage?
I will go with 7.
7.
5.
5 for Sean.
7.
And 7 for C-Lane. Question 5. With answers of 5 and 7, is the perfect game intact?
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's picking it up. What is the main ingredient in sauerkraut?
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
It's cabbage or something?
Cabbage. Well, that would be cabbage.
Cabbage?
Cabbage.
Relish?
That would be 7. Sabrina's hitting a 3-pointer on that one, and C-Lane with your guess of 7 picking up 2. We move on to question 6.
You're really confusing the hell out of me today, Fritz.
Sorry.
Why?
That was a generic question on an odd-numbered question.
He's mixing it up. He's putting it out there.
It's not how it works.
Question 6. The U.S. military is tracking another mysterious... C-Lane?
Hawaii.
Hawaii is correct.
Ooh.
There you go. The U.S. military is tracking another mysterious balloon spotted over which U.S. state? Hawaii is correct. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Hawaii?
4.
4.
3.
3 for Sean.
5.
And 5 for Sabrina. Question 6 with answers of 3, 4, and 5.
Ding, 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 ding,
Wow,
ding,
look
ding.
at us.
This is
Come on, baby.
6 in a row. The U.S. military is tracking another mysterious balloon spotted over which U.S. state?
Nebraska. Montana.
Darcy.
Hawaii. Colorado.
Hawaii.
I'm going to guess Ohio.
I hadn't seen that. I mean, Texas.
Hawaii.
That would be 3. Sean's picking up 2 points, and C-Lane with your guess of 4 picking up 1 point.
Damn it,
We
man.
have 2 questions remaining. This is a very tight game.
Yes, it is.
2 questions remaining. Question 7. Which actress has had roles in Notting Hill, Runaway Bride? Sabrina?
Julia friggin' Roberts.
Julia freaking Roberts is correct. Full question. Notting Hill, Runaway Bride, and Aaron Brockovich. Recently watched that movie. Outstanding.
Aaron
Man,
Brockovich?
That movie's so good. Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Julia Roberts?
Sir, no one sounded super hammered.
That was like 7 p.m. I was there.
No, they're smart. They're getting a lot of stuff right, actually.
I'll go with 8.
8 for Sabrina.
6.
6 for C-Lane.
4.
And 4 for Sean. Question.
You trying to just tank the Julia Roberts question?
Question 7 with answers of 4, 6, and 8. Which actress has had roles in Notting Hill, Runaway Bride, and Aaron Brockovich.
Julia Roberts. That would be Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Julie Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
I'm not going to be able to recall this, so pass.
Aaron Brockovich.
Julia Roberts.
That would be 7. That means Sabrina and C-Lane with your guess of 8 and 6, each picking up 1 point. And we move on to question 8. But before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place with 11 points, Sabrina Ambra / Cooch.
Ultra Super Mega Desk.
In second place with 10 points, we have Christopher Lane / Stephanie. And in third place with 8 points, we have Sean Wasson / Lee Rowe.
What happened to me? I was in first place a minute ago. I blinked and I went last.
You started off well.
Jesus.
Last question. Question 8. What is the capital of Venezuela? C-Lane.
Venezuela. Man. Caraco?
Oh, Sabrina.
Incorrect. Sabrina?
Caracas.
Caracas. Sorry, bud.
Caraco.
Caraco is not Caracas.
Like a Caraco.
You were real close, though.
Sorry, bud. Sabrina, out of 8 answers. Sabrina, out of 8. That's why you want me moved over there.
He's so ornery lately. This is hyping him up more.
Hey, gets pregnant with a baby, and all of a sudden tells her what to do.
He's got stress running through his
You know what I'm
veins.
saying? Dangle.
I feel it.
Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Caracas?
Did Caraco count at all?
No.
Okay.
Clearly it didn't.
I will go with 6.
6 for Sabrina.
Regret.
I'm going to go with 4.
4 for Sean.
Julie Roberts.
Guess I'll go 3.
And 3.
Oh, you
for
really
C-Lane.
juked around that one.
I've never seen him so flustered. Question 8 with answers of 3, 4, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh,
ding.
buddy.
You guys were 7 out of 8. That's good. What is the capital of Venezuela?
Venezuela City.
Oh,
I don't know that at all.
God damn it.
Caracas. Caracas.
Caracas. Argentina. Caracas.
That would be 4.
Capital of Venezuela is Argentina.
The entire country. 4, so Sean is picking up 2 points. C-Lane with a guess of 3, picking up 1 point. And that means leading on the day and winning, Sabrina Ambra with 12 in first place / Cooch. Congratulations, Cooch. And second place with 11 points, Christopher Lane / Stephanie. And in third place with 10 points, Sean Wasson / Lee Rowe. That
Good
means
game, bros.
in first place and still leading, Fritz on the street
Look
with
at his smug face right now.
169 points. Nice. Christopher Lane in second place with 142 points, Sabrina Ambra, and in third place with 133 points, Sean Wasson, and that is Fritz on the street.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thank you, Fritzy.
Always a blast playing Fritz on the street.
What a time.
I think that's the same amount of points I got last week
was.
because I remember you saying 169.
And Sean also got 10 points.
I literally thought, I got this in the bag. I'm going to win this thing. I'm doing pretty well here. And then I'm in the last place. It's the brutal
You know who
day.
really improved from last week is Sabrina. She had 0 points,
Yeah.
and now she's got 12.
It's an upswing
Look at me
right
go.
now. All right. Well, thank you, Fritz. You going to hang out with us today?
I would love to.
Hey, you can take part in Fritz on the Street. Go out to one of his Fritz's Funhouse trivia nights. You're going to have a blast, number 1. And number 2, you might be featured on Fritz on the Street, which will be fun for you. Over to Cooch. Email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get you set up with one of those final Fritz on the Street 8-bit magnets before we debut the brand new design that winners will get.
I'm so excited.
Do email me that, and we have a whole bunch more on the way. Oh, I meant to say follow Fritz on Instagram, no_regrets_coyote. Those of you in chat right now, click that link and hit follow so you can see what's going on with Fritz and everything he's working on. Music, games, excitement, all of it right there. No_regrets_coyote on Instagram. Back with so much more. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I was holding that burp for so long. I thought I'd successfully get to the break, but I did not. A huge name in the celebrity world has announced he is getting a divorce.
No.
And this follows one of the most expensive divorces in the history of Hollywood. Who is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Is it a bloomer, Deb? Is that what you wear over your underwear or whatever?
Right?
Yeah, we wore gym shorts.
So that's why Deb is mocking you by looking at you that way.
Yeah, you see Deb's body language? It's just screaming, okay, bloomer.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound. Ramp from exit 244 US 192. The on-ramp left lane is blocked. There's delays due to an accident on State Road 535 heading southbound before Vistana Drive. The right lane is blocked. And congestion on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
DQ presents The Sound of Summer Calling. Hey, it's me, Summer. You gotta get to DQ for the new Summer Blizzard menu, like new peanut butter puppy chow and the return of s'mores. Okay, see ya. Get it in the app. DQ. Happy tastes good.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
When was the last time you had a truly awesome nursery experience? A nursery and garden center with a huge selection and friendly expert advice. We're talking about Quality Green specialists in DeLand. At Quality Green, we have your favorite plants, fruit trees, flowers, vegetables, and herbs. Plus, with our 8-0-11 fertilizer, organic azomite, and composted soil, your garden will look its very best. Great plants, sustainable products, friendly expert advice. 335 West Michigan Avenue, DeLand, and online at qualitygreensspecialist.com.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor-supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great, just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today,
CoolToday.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the...
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
It's a mashup. You got Cinco de Mayo action, which you could stretch out into the weekend a little bit, I think.
By the way, do you want me to come by for that?
Are we
Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah.
Are we going to get drunk again?
Come hang out. We could do something.
Yeah, but Sean said he's going to get the drunkest this time.
I said I'm ready to party for Cinco de Mayo. I said I'm ready to do this. You seem a little burned up from last time, and you're
I'm
like,
not burned up. Hesitant.
We had
That's
fun,
for sure.
though. We had a blast last time.
We did, but I feel like I'll put $5 towards it that you're going to say all this now. I want to party. And then first segment, you're going to be like, well, I have to take control of the show. It's going to be mayhem unless I keep it sober.
I'm ready to let loose.
Okay.
I'm ready. It's been crazy. There's been a lot of stuff happening, a lot of stressors.
Hold you to it.
On Friday, I'm ready to just like push the gas pedal, and then after the show, take a little naparino.
Rip the knob off.
That'll be good.
It's like take a little nap and then recuperate, and then get into the weekend after that. I am ready for it. For Cinco de Mayo, make sure you're hanging out with us, watching the show, listening to the show, podcasting the show, because it's going to be a fun time for sure. So that's going to lead us into the weekend. And then I think people will do some Cinco de Mayo themed stuff, right? Even if it's not exactly the 5th of May for Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
But
Seis de Mayo.
on Saturday, it's also Kentucky Derby smashing into that.
Oh, dang, I didn't realize.
And it's
always the same weekend.
149th running of the Kentucky Derby. The weirdest thing always to me is the Kentucky Derby is scheduled to start at 6:57 p.m. on the dot.
Why?
6:57 p.m.
Because it's a 3-minute race, I guess?
Yeah, it's so strange because you have like 3 hours of coverage, and all these other races are going on at the track. They're just not the main race. They're not the Kentucky Derby race. No one really cares about those races.
Is it Preakness? Is that the first one?
No. This is the first in the Triple Crown, though. I believe it's Kentucky Derby, and then Preakness is one. I don't know if that's next or after, and then
something Downs.
No, Churchill Downs is where they have the Kentucky Derby.
Correct.
What's the
All right,
last
chat.
one?
Hopefully that answer makes sense.
They're going to figure it out for us.
No idea.
There's 3.
Yeah.
The Kentucky Derby, What was the second one we said?
Crown.
Preakness.
The Preakness. And,
Triple Crown?
Yeah, there was one more in that Triple Crown that I can't think of right now. But this is going down on Saturday, and it is a fun time. I mean, if you go out to a lot of bars and stuff, they usually put it on the television. Or people do house parties for Kentucky Derby stuff?
Oh, yeah, some people do house parties. We used to go to a party where like some friends rented out a bar and they did a bunch of gambling. And Belmont is what you're thinking about.
Belmont Steaks, that's it.
I
Damn
said
it.
Downs.
Oh, we figured it out, though, finally. What were you saying?
We used to have friends that would like rent out a bar and then, get a bunch of food, and we'd have a bunch of drinks at the bar, and then they would do like raffles and gambling on who's going to win, all that kind of stuff. And then, but I think a lot of people, I've been hired in the past to play a house party for Kentucky Derby.
Well, I think people
and they made me learn that racist song that they sing at the beginning.
Excuse me?
Well, what's the song?
My Own Kentucky Home.
That's racist?
It's not. It's there are some lyrics that you don't sing anymore.
Oh, they cut some stuff out.
What were they?
Don't remember.
Can you sing them for us now, just so we know for the illumination factor?
I don't remember what they were.
You're going to have to Google them.
All right.
Get the guitar.
My Old Kentucky Home lyrics.
We want to hear this racist jam you've been working on. I know it's not you that's working on it, but you get it.
He was paid to sing it, though.
They're outlining all of the horses that are getting ready for the big race on Saturday. And
wow.
There's 20 horses.
So bad.
That are set to go for the 1.25 mile run. What happened over there?
I made a awful Daffy Duck sound instead of the horse neigh that I'm used to.
Get to the horse neigh. No, you're still Daffy Ducking it. What are you doing?
I?
Yeah, you have a... No, you've lost it.
No, that's a Spanish horse.
Oh, this is not good. This is a bad development. You had a very good horse noise.
All right.
Horse it up.
Me. I can't find my animal noise.
I thought it was something that you made with your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Just you've done it 3 times and it's wow, I can't believe she did that.
Oh no, that other
to warm up.
The other horse-like noise that she makes, you literally have to choke her out to hear it.
Oh, hey.
That's a good joke.
Not until Saturday, though.
Well, that's happening this weekend. You drink your mint juleps. Is that what it is?
Yep. Wear your big,
yourself.
stupid, dumb hats.
Yeah. And so...
Hey, the stupid, dumb hats are fun.
They are fun.
They got to have gimmicks related to it, and that's one of the gimmicks.
The decorating and the craziness and the overall excessiveness of the Kentucky Derby hats is fun, but I think next year when it lines up that the Kentucky Derby is run on Cinco de Mayo, that's when you have the chance for the most ridiculous, because now you have Derby hats with like chips and salsa on them. it becomes a whole different kind of celebration.
I'll tell you, the weird thing is, you look at horse racing, and horse racing is for uber rich people. You can't just... Most people don't get a cheap-ass horse and then bring it over and learn how to race and run in these races. It's rich people. But the juxtaposition that makes things interesting is when you go to the Kentucky Derby, if you're on the field, people get hammered. Oh, God. It's like a...
How do you even remember the race?
It's a frat party. They don't, I guarantee you. They are just getting sloshed out there, and they don't care about any of these horses or anything. It's just an excuse to get completely drunk and have a blast.
Well, I found the problematic. It was the second line of the song.
Sing it for us, please.
No.
Okay, just say it then.
It was something like the something shines bright on my old Kentucky home. The sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home, and then the second line originally was, "'Tis summer, the darkies are gay."
Okay.
I'm sorry, the darkies are gay?
Well, gay then meant like a good thing.
Happy. Yes.
What do the
They're
darkies
happy.
mean?
The darkies probably meant black people would be my guess. And well, at least they made them happy in the song. And if they wouldn't have called them darkies.
They changed it to the old folks are gay.
Did they
Everyone's
really?
gay.
Woo! I like that.
We already knew that.
All right, there's a celebrity who is about to go through a huge divorce, and it seems like there's a Yellowstone curse going on, because this is Kevin Costner's divorce that's panning out here in front of everybody.
Wait. Has there been a lot of people from Yellowstone getting divorced?
There's a lot of drama on the set of Yellowstone.
Because he's leaving.
He's
right?
leaving.
That was the whole thing.
And the reason that I guess he's leaving is because there's been, like, the guy who created Yellowstone, massive ego, And then Kevin Costner, because this has been so successful, massive ego. And then a couple of the other actors, it's all crashing together. And there's some things that are happening.
So
I've yet to watch it, but was there not a massive ego back and forth within the show itself?
Like in the script? I'm so far behind. I'm like maybe a season or two behind.
The family kind of has. They're very strong characters in that show.
Is it still good?
I don't remember where we left off on Yellowstone. I don't know if we finished the most recent season or not. I do know that we have talked previously about whether or not Kevin Costner is putting on a harder, more gritty voice in Yellowstone than he normally would.
Yeah.
And for the first time since we started watching Yellowstone, I actually watched a movie with Kevin Costner in it that has nothing to do with Yellowstone.
The Bodyguard?
No, it was actually a really star-studded movie. It was what's the one where the three black women do all the work for NASA?
Figures.
Figures.
Hidden Figures. We did it together, folks. Teamwork. And Kevin Costner is one of the directors at NASA in the thing, and he's just speaking like normal Kevin Costner to the point where it took Ashley a while to realize it was Kevin Costner
because the voice is
until
so
I started repeating his lines
in the Yellowstone,
in the grit Yellowstone. Be like, we're trying to put a man in space and get him back safely.
Do you think he's like getting lost inside that character or something? Because it keeps going further and further.
He did that with Waterworld too, did he not?
Oh, that movie. Yeah,
he went crazy.
He drowned right with the movie.
Beautiful bod, though.
It said Kevin Costner is now going through a divorce. His second wife, Christine Baumgartner.
Irreconcilable differences.
Which, this would be weird if it was true, but Christine Baumgartner, isn't Kevin Baumgartner the guy from The Office who plays Kevin?
It's
the chili guy?
Brian Baumgartner.
Oh, Brian Baumgartner. That's right. Brian Baumgartner, who plays Kevin. A lot of them do play characters with their own name, but Christine Baumgartner, I wonder if there's any relation there, because that would be just a weird tie-in. So after 19 years of marriage, they have filed for divorce, and he says, this is out of my control. There's nothing that we could do to fix this. And his previous divorce with his wife was one of the most expensive in Hollywood history. His first wife was given $80 million in a divorce settlement. And since then, he's probably made a bunch of money off this Yellowstone stuff.
And she'll get $80 million of that.
No, I don't think she's getting. I think they had a prenup.
Did
they not?
Everyone
That's
should
what I
have
saw.
a prenup.
Yeah, if you got this kind of money.
It
If you
blows
have that
my
kind of money,
mind
yes.
when you have celebrity couples that are, or even a celebrity who's divorcing their non-celebrity partner, that they have not signed a prenup. It was like Adele's.
The most awkward one going right now is Tiger Woods is going through a breakup. I don't know if they actually got married. I think they were just like maybe engaged.
Lovers?
Or they were lovers for a long time.
Can't really use that.
Those two were together, him and his ex. And now,
when you're Tiger Woods, you're a little bit above the term hooking up.
Yeah, he's been with her for a while, but now they're no longer together. And they said that Tiger Woods is in the middle of a court case with her, and she signed an NDA.
Right.
So when they started their relationship, he said when he meets somebody and they start dating, he sends them over to his manager's office. They have to go in the manager's office.
Wow.
And the manager goes, here is the documentation. And
Love is love, baby.
They look at it and they have to sign the NDA if they want to continue hanging out with Tiger Woods.
So what are they in court for?
They're in court because she is now trying to say that there was some abuse going on in the relationship.
Tiger.
And he's saying, no, there wasn't. And also, there's an NDA that you're not supposed to talk about our relationship in public.
However, an NDA cannot protect illegal activity.
No.
So if he was abusing her, she can't.
Does that include like emotional abuse?
I don't think it does, because emotional abuse isn't a crime, right? There's no crime in
Or
emotional
it could
abuse.
be filed under harassment.
Maybe. I don't know that that's been done many times. Like, has anybody been charged with emotional abuse against somebody else?
Emotional neglect.
I think there has to be some sort of damages, not financially, but like the girl who convinced her boyfriend to unalive himself.
Right, that was brutal
via text messages. There was at least an outcome there that there was loss to the family.
Yeah,
I don't know if just straight up emotional abuse is enough.
That is a messy situation, too, though, the whole thing he's going through. All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening in your messy world. You can chime in with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now, just like Dan. Here's Dan.
Hey, what's up, junkies?
Hey.
Podcast listener, so I'm like a day behind, but I feel like it's still relevant because this comes up quite frequently.
All right.
Talking about kids after the pandemic coming back to school, and teachers are having a hard time, and you hear these teachers talk about it's hard to reprimand these kids because they don't seem to care if they fail. And I have 2 little kids, and I see this. They're good kids, but you really got to keep after them. But where I'm going with this is, you know, the computer and the iPads and everything, it's like a dopamine machine. And now it is easier now more than ever for them to get on YouTube, things like that. You send the kid to their room, well, they still got, you know, an iPad for school. They can get on go watch YouTube. But what I'm trying to say here is my wife works for this company. It's called Bark. They have a device that they sell on Amazon. It's called the Bark device. But you can put it in line to your home network, and you can set limitations on times for things like YouTube, different games. You know,
or you just move to Utah, where they've legislated this.
Hell yeah, baby.
Made it the law that you can't. What did I say? It was between like 10:30 p.m. and
midnight, or no obviously.
So it's like safe harbor, basically.
Yes, basically between 10:30 p.m. and like 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
That they didn't want young people below the age of 18 to be able to access social media, and that's the law there now.
Also, might I just add, Dopamine Machine is a great band name.
It is. It sounds like a good time.
It's up for grabs.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got to talk about a couple of things to do with jury duty. Plus, why are people saying, "Not my king"? We'll explain. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Winning Wednesdays happen every Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041 with a new prize available every Wednesday. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Magic forward Jonathan Isaac is looking forward to his first healthy offseason in over 2 years, saying he finally will get the time to improve his game. Former Florida center Colin Castleton will get an opportunity to perform for NBA scouts ahead of the draft. He was invited this week to the NBA G League Elite Camp. And soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo tops Forbes' list of highest paid athletes in 2023, raking in $136 million in salary and endorsements. I'm Scott Davidson.
Style runs in the family. Athleticism runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Learn more at MBUSA.com or test drive one at your local dealer.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp, shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical.
Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
EasyCater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backup singers. So right before this important meeting, I get a text from EasyCater that the restaurant lost power.
No electricity.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? But EasyCater was like, don't worry.
No sweat.
They got another restaurant to fill the whole order. And I was like, are you kidding me? But in a good way.
Inflection is everything.
Problem with your order? EasyCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants.
EasyCater.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
We got your back.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I have an important message for lawyers and legal professionals across America. Are you embarrassed by the firm you work for? Do they settle cases for pennies on the dollar? Do you dream of winning with the biggest in the business? At Morgan & Morgan, we have hundreds of job openings, the best and the brightest across the country. Visit forthepeople.com to explore joining a firm you'll be proud of. Explore joining me, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Mondays might be your new favorite day of the week because every Monday in May, you get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Listening to this station on your free iHeart Radio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeart Radio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the News Junkie app. You could also send them at thenewsjunkie.com. There's a lot of you chiming in today. We appreciate that. Thank you for listening to the show today. Glad to keep you company. Over on Discord, Bootsy Moonshine says at the News Junkie, what's the haps for the 10-year anniversary shindig?
Good question.
We got to figure that out. It's going to be sometime this summer, and we don't know where we're going to have it. We talked about maybe doing something at Tuffy's again since they were so great. I mean, the staff at that venue is just really, really awesome to deal with. But there's lots of other places where I think we would like to do a gig, so it could be anywhere.
Here's one for you, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
When is our official anniversary?
Oh, my God. I never remember. Sealand usually comes in and says something about it.
Okay, don't tell him, though. I know it.
I obviously know this.
I feel like Fritz knows it.
We're not there yet, right?
Great.
I know that. Okay. I believe it's in the month of June.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
June.
You didn't even know if it was in June?
I'm going to get this right. I'm going to nail this on the head. I'm pulling it deep out of my brain. June 18th.
Nope.
No, it's not that, is it? Damn it. What day is it? What is
Nope, try again, man.
June 15th.
No.
In the teens?
No.
June 30th.
Do you remember what day of the week was day one?
No.
Because it was supposed to be Monday, and they said, never mind.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Tuesday. I believe they said, never mind.
I think there was, a handful
And they called
of
us last minute, and Sean was blacked out drunk.
They said, get in here, do the show. So, okay, you sure? It's a good idea. You know,
Mind you, we had been meeting for 2 weeks prior to that, like getting to know each other, trying to figure out these segments.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd call me, blacked out. And you're like, we're going on tomorrow.
The funny thing is, they said, all right, get ready. You're going to go live. The News Junkie will go live this week. And so they said it's probably going to be on Monday. So on Sunday and on Monday morning, I'm up. I'm show prepping. I got everything ready. I've got audio clips. I've got a whole show planned out.
I was hyperventilating.
And then they go, nope, it's not going to be today. It's not going to be today. You hold off for today. I go, okay, fine. That night, I start show prepping. I get ready. And the Tuesday morning, show prepping again. I've got everything ready for a big show. I got all the audio laid out. No, not today. It's not going to be today. The show will start tomorrow, maybe. We're not sure. And I go, sure it will. We've been delayed 2 times. Obviously, it's going to be delayed tomorrow as well. And so I went out and got absolutely S-faced.
Yes, you did.
And then woke up and had nothing ready to go. And they go, all right, today it is. I should have known.
So what was the date?
The date was, it just came back to me, June 12th.
No.
Am I around it somewhere?
That was at least a Wednesday. It's June 26th.
June 26th. Oh, I can remember that easily. It's only my birthday's May 26th. That's not hard to remember for me.
But what year, Sean?
10 years ago.
There you go.
And, oh, God. We've been doing this for that long?
Yeah.
That's gross. That's a long time. We're all
very long time.
I remember when you guys
older.
first came on the air, I was like, oh, man, finally a midday show. That's great.
You didn't say that the first day. There's no way.
I think I listened maybe the second month.
I had drove in for my first day of work, like, this is it. I quit Uno's, thinking I was going to spend the rest of my adult days there. No offense to Uno's.
So I thought you meant here.
No, she almost didn't quit Uno's. When we were starting the radio,
job,
she goes, Sean, should I quit the pizza job? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, because I had gotten a speech a couple months prior to my parents, like, hey, you're not on our health insurance anymore. You're 26 years old. It's time. Well, not even. God, I was 23.
Oh, my God.
So it's time for you to get some benefits. And so I was like, Uno's, here I come.
Yeah.
And then I am like listening to Hold On by Wilson Phillips on the way. And then we get into work and we're surrounded by people who effing hate us for getting that time slot.
Yeah, it
but
worked
then
out.
eventually we warmed their hearts. And 10 years later on June 26th.
June 26th. I got it locked in now.
Our official anniversary.
So yeah, we'll do something around there. Somewhere in summer, we'll do a big live show. Should be nuts. Should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'll plan it 3 weeks beforehand.
We don't want to have a giant event on June 26th because that would be a Monday.
Oh, that's not good.
Not working.
Well, we could get hammered on a Monday, but let's not. That would be smarter to do it on a Friday, as we generally do. Don't forget, this Friday for Cinco de Mayo, we're going to be having a party in the studio here. We're going to celebrate a great holiday in Cinco de Mayo, which is mostly just an American thing. But we attach the Mexican culture to it. So I'm down for some tequila.
Okay.
I truly am.
Same. I think we should a whole tower of
Tower of
margarita.
tequila. That sounds good.
I will pick up a bottle.
We got some stuff working here. All right. Quick break. When we come back, just real quick, I'm going to get this out there. Jury Duty brought to you by Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Thank you, Moses.
We're going to talk with him about that Tiger Woods story when he comes in on Friday this week. He's got some interesting information about that. But if you get into a car accident, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. You pick up the phone, you dial Mo DeWitt. He's ready to help you out. You're not a number. You're not just on some spreadsheet somewhere. They're not trying to settle the case as fast as they can. They're trying to fight and work for you. And that's what they do every single day. 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. When we come back, I will get into the Not My King story and also something that happened on a subway in New York City.
New York City?
Get the rope. We'll see what that was. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeart Radio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 535 heading southbound before Vistana Drive. The right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on the on-ramp from US 192 to Florida's Turnpike heading southbound. The left lane is blocked. Watch out for congestion on I-4 westbound after Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. See traffic troubles. Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Easy Cater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
Backup singers. So right before this important meeting, I get a text from Easy Cater that the restaurant lost power.
No electricity.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? But Easy Cater was like, don't worry.
No sweat.
They got another restaurant to fill the whole order. And I was like, are you kidding me? But in a good way.
Inflection is everything.
Problem with your order? Easy Cater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants.
Easy Cater.
Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com.
We got your back.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
And now, a couple of corny facts. Number 1, Florida sweet corn season ends in June. June? What? Why didn't anybody tell me that it was gonna... It's sweet corn season in Florida. Stop on your way home and get some before it's gone.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. 1 is utility rates are rising. 2, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonald.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
If you love Florida and you love fun, then might I suggest you pick up a rod and reel and go fishing? Because here in the Sunshine State, fishing, fun, and Florida just go together. And you know what else goes with fishing, fun, and Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Your dispatches in just a moment. We're trying to follow what's going on in Atlanta. The details are a little loose so far, it looks like. And I've seen different numbers on every single website that I visit. It happens when there's some sort of shooting and there's confusion as to how many people have been killed, how many people have been injured, what the reasoning behind it was. All of that is kind of loose right now. Let me know if you see anything over there, Sealander, Sabrina, but the stories that I've seen so far were just basically, hey, there's been an active shooter situation, and
it was inside the hospital.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Inside the North Side Hospital, multiple people injured. As of 56 minutes ago, the suspect is still at large.
Yeah, they said, this says one person is dead, 4 others have been taken to the hospital. Well, I mean, that must have been quite easy. The Atlanta Police Department said Wednesday as authorities continue to search for a gunman who shot multiple people at Northside Hospital Medical in Midtown. Police issued a bolo for the suspect who remains at large. They released images showing the shooter in a hoodie.
I just sent it to you.
He was believed to be a perpetrator based on the preliminary investigation. And I can't make out much of what the hell's going on with this security footage that they have of this dude.
Not great.
It's just a guy in a hoodie. I can't even tell if he's black or white or what. I can't tell anything here. He has a mustache, maybe? I don't know. It's really bad footage that they have.
God, but one of the shots is him, like, straight up with a gun shooting into the hospital.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
To me, there's so many different types of, and bear with me on this because this might sound a little jarring. There's so many different types of mass shootings. The one that people tend to think of when they use often inflated numbers to be like, there's been 400 mass shootings this year in the United States of America. The one that people tend to think of is that one like a school shooter situation where like Uvalde or something.
Right.
To me, that's that's what I think of. It's what I at least come up with in my head.
Or you think you assume when you hear mass shooting, you assume it's an event with a high body count.
Yeah, right. Like
for lack of a better
like
way of
somebody
putting
has
that.
gone into a place where there's not a lot of other people to defend away from what they're doing, and then they just shoot a large number of people. That's all I always have viewed that. I think that's how most people view a mass shooting. There's a lot of other things that get thrown into it, and that includes a lot of things like gang shooting. In fact, that's a big, giant chunk of what we call mass shootings, because drive-bys and stuff will end up with 3 people injured, and then you got a mass shooting on your hands. But at a hospital...
Is that the minimum, 3?
I think so. It's 3 or more people injured or killed, I think, is what... Well, it's a loose definition, because each place that keeps their statistics is going to define it differently. But when you hear a hospital... I don't know what that conjures up in your guys' minds, but in my mind, when I hear a hospital, I think that this person had a loved one who went to this hospital who they think was mistreated, or they think like died because of the hospital not helping them out.
I would think the same thing, but then you also take into consideration how crazy people are, and that hospital would go into the same category of mall. Or
it could
something
be
with a lot of people that is completely unrelated, but you have enough people to shoot at the same time.
It definitely could be, because we don't know right now. It's just very early on in this. It could be that was motivated by that. It could be a million different things. But at least that's what comes up in my mind when I hear about a hospital being the center of an active shooter situation. Let's see here. Let's bring up the police dispatch audio for
I'm not sure
Atlanta.
which one.
There should be this one here. 11,000 people listening to this damn thing right now, so I'm guessing that's what we got.
And takes less than 2 minutes.
All right, there's a pre-roll before I get to my police
Everything
story.
has a paywall.
Does that always have a pre-roll?
Nope.
No, I used to just go. But, yeah, I guess I got a pre-roll before the police scanner starts now. Let's see what they're saying over there, because that will be some way to, illuminate what's actually going on here, with everything else just saying shooter at large. You see the picture of the guy. The good thing about a terrible situation like this happening at a hospital is when you need to take care of the people, you have a long way to travel. We just had this story.
I don't know how, though. Will it be easy considering that they're on lockdown?
Well,
like all their doors could be completely locked.
I'm
and
sure they
there's-
have security issues that are complicating things, but better that than the story in Texas that we were talking about, where it took the cops 30 minutes to even get to the more remote area where that went down. Let's see here.
I copy.
We're going one?
2407, go ahead.
Assistant to all doors and windows secure.
You probably just
Windows and doors secure, copy UB code 8.
you'll probably hear him just searching for the
Hold
guy.
on, go ahead.
Just said windows and doors secure. It's amazing.
Appreciate. Have a great one. Be safe.
Oh, did you hear that? Detained.
Oh, what did he say? Did he say somebody detained?
Yeah.
Oh God! All right, so they're out there looking for this.
It's
guy
incredible
right
how
now.
calm they are, and you have to be, I imagine, in that situation. But it's just, I'd be screaming if I was a dispatcher.
and that's a lot of chatter on a police scanner.
2606 radio.
2606.
1734, please.
Hey, Parton, do you advise motor at Spring Road?
I didn't hear that.
Can you get the 39? Put me call 12 for now.
All right, we'll keep an eye on this and see what's going on with this story as it continues to develop. I wanted to share a couple of things with you. One is there's a minority of people in England who are right now ahead of the coronation of King Charles. That's what makes him the official king, right? That makes him the real deal after
been
the
a
coronation.
poser.
He's been a fake-ass king. And there's a new movement, and they're calling it Not My King. And these people protest wherever the king is showing up. They show up there. They got their Not My King signs. They're rallying against the monarchy and against the whole royal family. And they don't want him to have this position. Let's hear some of them. I think this is them. There's not a ton of them. Man, their protests in England are not as lit as American protests. It's just a bunch of people chilling very respectfully.
Wasn't it during the funeral or the procession with King Charles? And there was like one guy, it was completely silent. And he was like, "You're a child molester," blah blah blah,
somebody
and
shot
it was. I mean,
Oh, that
you
was
could-
at Prince Andrew, I think.
Yeah, he's the one who's had the charges against
he
him.
really is.
But you
Or
can
claims.
hear it perfectly because everyone who was there is typically very somber and silent.
Yeah, what is that? I'm not used to that. When you see a protest in the United States and you point a microphone at that thing, rah, 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 it's just a whole bunch of noises.
Rabble, rabble.
You don't understand anything that's going on in the layers of audio that you're hearing, but this is like quiet. That's the church bells. Hashtag not my king.
It's a good looking sign. Nicely
And there
made.
he is. So as he shows up to the venue.
So wait, are we
they
looking
boo
at?
him.
Are we that whole crowd? Half of those people, or more probably, are just there to see the king.
Yeah.
Not all of them are protesters.
No,
'Cause
no.
it's making it look like it's a giant "Not My King" protest when in reality only a few of those people are.
Right.
Yeah,
against
visually
the-
it's a little
30 people.
confusing because you have a crowd of people. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say there's a crowd of 100 people, okay? And then in that crowd you have like randomly dispersed, you have like 5 people who have these signs. It makes it look like everybody in the
Sure.
crowd agrees with what's on that sign.
It's the same with here in the U.S. It's like you have a massive crowd of protesters, and then you look at the footage, and it's like, and 80% of them are media with their cameras.
That's how it was when they did the indictment for President Trump, former
Mm-hmm.
President Trump. It was more cameras and camera people and news crews than anybody else out there. We've been talking much about the world of AI. I told you earlier, we've got now technology. They've done this research study, and they were able to take it and make it so they could read people's minds. They would have people envision a story in their mind, and then they would tell them that story back afterwards with the person never having said anything. The idea of hooking that up to ChatGPT, up to Dolly, up to all these things is a wild thing to think about. But every time I think the end is near, I see a presentation from AI that falls a little bit flat. You know, sometimes maybe we just see the heroes and we don't see the zeros. Somebody fed into an AI machine, make me a commercial for a beer. Make me a beer commercial.
Have you seen that pizza one?
The pizza one is weird
Crazy.
too.
Oh, I want to see the pizza one. I haven't seen the pizza
This one, it's just kind of like this. It came out kind of like this. You could just tell we're not there yet. Here's what came out when AI was told, hey, make me a beer commercial.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Whoa.
So the first
What
thing you
the
notice,
hell?
they all have weird sized beers. Like some beers
So
are
that's a
like,
water bottle beer that she's holding right now.
they're all different. Every
Their
single one.
fingers are insane.
They can't render the fingers that well. They picked Smash Mouth. That's what they thought would be the best song for this
Kind of
trailer.
hilarious.
Then
And
they
then-
get flagged.
When they show the crowd, when it pans back, there's fires everywhere. I have no idea why. It's so
This is
weird.
so. Okay, that woman has 8 fingers.
It's spooky looking. Yeah, look, her hand is wrapping around the beer bottle at like 6 different points. Their hand is bizarre looking back
But
there.
if that's
Kid
the-
next to a
That's it.
tree.
The first rendering from an AI now,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is going to be what, a year and a half before they nail it perfectly?
Yeah, if they can make this happen and you could just forget the
And
writers,
this is
right?
all AI generated.
This is
There
AI
was no
generated.
footage fed to them.
So they say. They just put in a prompt to make me a beer commercial, and this is what they got.
With her finger
Don't
and her thumb and the shit.
Go back.
On her
Stuff is just disappearing.
Everything is on fire.
Everything randomly is on fire.
Some guy, I just watched his jaw unhinge
Yeah.
while he tried to lick the beer.
They
I
are-
kind of love this. I will buy and drink that beer.
Yeah, me too.
They're not quite there yet.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that is from another scene.
This looks like a
Not safe for
clear
work.
bucket, and the clear bucket is like connected to a can.
And there's a
that-
baby's hand inside of it.
No, it's
No, I
the
think
guy's
it's
hand.
fingerprints.
His fingerprints on the outside of the clear bucket.
Yeah.
But he's also like
Drinking
mopping
it.
it.
Suffice to say, everything is way out of proportion if you're listening to
I
the show.
love this.
This is crazy.
And then the end of it I thought was really creepy.
Okay.
What the hell?
This song.
I
Wow,
I
I need a
don't
moment.
think that the AI did the song part.
You think
No.
it's wait? C-Lane thinks it's too good at being bad.
No, I think the song part is probably overdubbed.
They like looped the song at the end, and they had all these parts where it's like it just doesn't make any visual
Oh my gosh.
sense.
But I still absolutely think that it would work for the peoples.
If they just flashed Budweiser,
And that says a lot about society today because you could tell in this final still, that's an insulated mug. And so that's what, and that as well, which seems to be a Voss of
They
some
look like
sort.
they're Eiffel Towering that beer.
Yeah.
With their
it's
mouths.
all really strange. I'm going to put this up in the See It Now section of the News Junkie app, and of course over at thenewsjunkie.com, so you can see what we're talking about since this is such a visual thing. But it's wild, and it's worth a moment of your time if you want to check
Wow,
this out.
that was a lot.
Yeah, there's many things going on. The fire really took it over the top for me.
Well, I thought the double teaming of the weird flask.
Well, there was the column of fire going from the ground to the second floor or the roof.
Yeah, this is on the heels of Fritz is exactly right. The pizza commercial. Somebody said, AI, generate me a pizza commercial.
It's genius.
And it's kind of the same. It's all morphed and weird looking.
Yeah, people's pupils are like looking in different directions. It's frightening,
Hey.
but it's great.
All right. AI,
Don't hate on the cockeyes.
AI beer commercials.
It happens.
It's all set for you over on See It Now, over on thenewsjunkie.com, so you can see what we were just talking about.
I'm
there.
disturbed by that.
Let's go to you. Let's see what you got going on, and we'll get to the story that happened in New York City. And we start with this one. Here is Last Chance, talking about today's date.
Happy Hump Day, News Junkies and News Junkie listeners everywhere.
me.
You guys are forgetting another important celebration. May the 4th be with you, which is tomorrow, and then followed, of course, by Cinco de Mayo. But it's the Star Wars theme, so you might want to have some fun with that and dress up as your favorite Star Wars characters.
Stop. Don't say anything.
So anyway, just let you know, you do have a 4th and a 5th to celebrate. Then you can recover. Well, not Saturday,
you
right?
can't.
You got
the Derby.
the races.
That's
so
the
maybe
Revenge of the
on
Sixth.
Sunday you can relax. All right. Have a good one. Love you.
Oh, I
Aw,
could dress
I
up.
love you too. Thank you.
My favorite Star Wars character, I wouldn't be able to choose.
You're Spock.
Mace Windu.
Yeah, I would be Jar Jar, I guess.
Jar Jar's good.
Is-
I like Jar Jar.
Is Jar Jar hated?
costumes.
Who was
Yeah.
the one that everybody hated?
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar Binks.
I like Jar Jar.
What's the other guy? The guy that's green? You guys said the one
Yoda.
magnet.
Yoda?
No.
Are you serious?
No. You guys said the magnet, the Christmas magnet was
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. That
Boba
guy.
Fett's rad.
Is he liked too?
He's a bounty hunter. He's cool. Yeah.
Is he the Mandalorian?
He is a Mandalorian.
Okay, all right, I'm going to screw all this
You know
up.
what we're doing tomorrow is we are doing Star Wars trivia Sean only.
Yeah, I got to be very
And if you
careful.
answer it properly, you will win a prize.
I just recently watched all of the first six movies.
In what order?
The classic one?
I watched them episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yikes.
Is that bad? Why is
Well,
that bad?
Most people would say
Frowned
4, 5,
upon.
6, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, because those
Of
are
the
prequels.
years.
Or a lot of people would say 4, 5, 6, 2, 3.
I like the way
Well, I
Fritz
wanted
watched it
closure.
better because Fritz watched it that way because then you start with like the crappier special effects and then you get to the better special effects.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 go before 1, 2, 3.
Not in Star Wars, homie.
No.
If you're flipping them,
The ones in the 70s started with episode 4.
Yes.
oh, okay, so it would be the bad graphics first,
Correct.
and then the
And
better.
they were
graphics.
actually
Oh,
great
you
graphics
screwed it
for
up,
their
Fritz.
time.
Yeah, I know.
You completely screwed it. up.
I understand now.
I'm sorry.
And then what do the new ones go into? Is
No.
that like that's prequels, aren't they? The one with Adam Driver?
That's 7, 8, 9.
The new ones suck, apparently. If everybody who I hear is right about
You
them.
don't even know about Star Wars.
I don't know if they suck. I
Yeah,
just
I don't
heard
know.
people say they're like, oh God, these last couple Star Wars movies.
I haven't seen them.
They might be great, but I have heard bad things. Here is TX with a dispatch.
Expect your business.
Whoa. Just want to say, moment of silence through that moment of silence.
What?
Huh? All right, that was awesome. C Lane, Papa Lane, what's up? It's your boy, Sabrina. Yep.
This is
know
your
what we're
boy.
doing. Smoking it every day.
All day.
And our
Right
boy,
before this
the
dispatch?
anchor, Sean. Man, so,
This guy is stoned out of his mind.
Hey, no, maybe not. Just a happy-go-lucky guy.
He says silent radio. I think he's talking about we were having some technical difficulties. Maybe he was trying to record the silence on the radio, which
To
you don't
show us?
really need to do. and then it came back on. I
Okay.
don't know. Let's go over here.
Love you,
Here.
bud. Thanks for the dispatch.
This is Nicholas talking about dogs and marijuana.
Nicholas.
Hey, news junkies.
Hi.
The dog with the weed thing is actually 100% legitimate. It is overblown how frequent it is. I think it depends on the area.
What he's talking about is this story about in New York, they said, watch out with your dogs because there's joints all over the place and the dogs are eating the marijuana and they're getting sick. And it's happening much more than it ever did before. And I just have not seen any evidence of that. I haven't been in New York in a while. Maybe there's joints everywhere. Maybe there's just all kinds of joints on the ground and the dogs are gobbling them up. But it seems weird to me.
But it is a very scary experience. Our house got flooded and had damage, so we were staying at a hotel for a while. And a 1.5-year-old dog had came across a roach at the hotel. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're freaking out. My wife's dog, previous dog from a year before that, had died due to some blood disease.
Oh, sorry
so she
about
was
that.
aware of signs and symptoms of seizures, and that's, for the most part, what it looked like at the time.
Okay, I see. So when the dog started to get high, it kind of looked like the other problem was happening.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it was okay in this particular instance for you. When we come back, we'll talk about that situation in the New York subway system.
The police presence is insane.
Oh, in
This
Atlanta?
footage, it looks like a war zone right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people looking for this dude who apparently was responsible for this mass shooting in Atlanta. Waiting for more details, and we'll tell you about those when they come in as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Winning Wednesdays happen every Wednesday on our Instagram page at Real Radio 1041 with a new prize available every Wednesday. Real Radio 1041 on Instagram is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watch out for an accident causing delays on I-4 westbound. Before mile marker 84A, State Road 50, traffic is backed up to Princeton Street and the right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike's ramp from exit 244 US 192. The on-ramp left lane is blocked. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 535 heading southbound before Vistana Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeart Media gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Holding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
All right, I'll tell him. My friend here wants you to know that dogs are part of our families. Let's celebrate that with a day of family fun at Barks in the City, June 3rd, 2 to 8 p.m. at the Apopka Amphitheater. Enjoy food, signature pup tails, live music, a kid's zone, a doggy zone, and more. Barks in the City, where you and your dog can paw-tea. Tickets available at barksinthecity.com.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, Wassey'sMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
We gather some more information about this situation in Atlanta. Is here in Orlando, there was some news yesterday, and I saw a lot of people, a lot of interesting discussions going on around this, and it's about Pulse, which is the nightclub where I think the second biggest mass shooting, or
at the time,
one of the
US,
biggest. At the time, it was the number one most deadly mass shooting of all time, before it was eclipsed by Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And so this has been going on for a while. Obviously, that happened in 2016. We're 7 years out from the Pulse nightclub shooting.
Wild to think about.
And yeah, it is. I mean, I can't believe it's been that long, because we covered all that on the show and went over all that time period. And it's, I'm not kidding you, it's literally right down the street from where we are right now. It's just not very far at all from where we are right now doing the show. And I drive by it all the time. It's kind of strange. Eventually you get numb to seeing the place. And it's interesting because when you see people who are probably people from out of town who maybe are coming to the theme parks or somewhere else, and they make it a point to go to the Pulse building, you see them and they have a very different experience than you might have, since
you've been in and around the damn building so many times.
Right.
And they're there, like, you see people crying.
Yeah.
And, they, like, sign their name, leave it behind and stuff.
It's very bizarre, and I can only, I guess, liken it to going to the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And seeing where I was not present in New York City that day. I'd been to the place beforehand, but going to see it after the fact is just, it's eerie. And then here we are as Orlando folk driving by it every single day.
And I think that's a good comparison because I bet New Yorkers don't walk by Ground Zero and like, it's just a thing to them. They've, I mean, of course there's an emotional connection, but it's not the same one that somebody who's seeing it for the first time
I think
gets.
one thing that's different is that area of New York has changed enough to where A, most people are used to it, or B, like we've been saying, and we had that issue, not issue, but the thing that happened on ESPN the other day where they had old stock footage that had the Twin Towers in the background. There are people that are 21 now that were born after
so weird.
after those towers existed, after they were gone. So I think enough has changed around there so that when you walk by it, you don't get that sudden like rush of emotion that you might have right after the fact. Whereas,
did you guys go to New York at all?
Yeah, I've been to Ground Zero.
Have we been there?
Like after it happened, or did you just see the first?
No.
Like, did you see the rebuild?
I saw once they started building like the whole Ground Zero and then the Freedom Tower, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean when I got there, it was all finished. All that stuff was done.
Yeah, I never saw it when it was finished.
But with Pulse, not a lot has changed on that lot there.
No,
and when you drive by it, it looks a lot like it used to. Save for some of the things that have changed for the memorial.
And that's why there was some conversation about this, because they said after months of negotiations, the One Pulse Foundation said the nightclub owners are not agreeing to donate the property. And the owner of the club is Barbara Palma, whatever her name is.
Palma.
I think her and her husband own this club. And they haven't been able to do anything with it, obviously. The thing that I was thinking about was if she doesn't sell it to them, because she was asking a lot of money for the property, actually. If she doesn't sell it to them or gift it to this foundation, what do you think you're going to do with it? You're not going to open that up as a club again. I don't think anybody would do that. I don't think anybody would go for, let's renovate this. Let's open this back up and have something else on this property. I think that wouldn't go over well. This is not even the first time that they've tried to get the property out of this family's hands.
Right.
And
didn't the city try to buy it?
The city of Orlando tried to buy it for $2.3 million in 2016, and they said not enough. And it starts to look like, all right, I'm on the outside looking in, but it starts to look like you're trying to get a payday out of this. It starts to look like you're like, hey, I got this property. You want a memorial here.
This whole thing has become very messy.
Yeah, it is.
Without, I don't want to speak out of turn because I am very close to the people that were affected by this. I mean, a direct effect by what happened at Pulse, but the foundation and the city and what it's moving into and what's happened in between and the donations and where they've gone, it has become extremely messy, and a lot of people are very upset by it.
Yeah, people are going,
including the victims and survivors of this.
People are saying all this time has passed. There's been millions donated to this cause. What do you got? And
a lot of people have also, that were supposed to have those donations to help them, have not received them properly.
There's many questions that need to be asked in this case here, I think.
So wait, now who's trying to buy it now?
So this is the One Pulse Foundation that's trying to buy it so that they can make a memorial on the site of where Pulse is.
Isn't One Pulse the same people?
Yeah, she was part of it. She was one of the leaders of One Pulse, but she's no longer with the organization now. So this will give you an idea of what's going on here. The city of Orlando offered the family $2.3 million for the Pulse nightclub site in 2016. Commissioner Sheeran says at the time, the Pumas declined the offer because they wanted to be in charge of making the memorial. At least that's what they were saying publicly. To hear today, 7 years later, that they've bled this foundation dry and they're not going to do the right thing doesn't just break my heart, it makes me angry, Sheehan says. So there's some people pissed off about this. And
we could talk to Paddock and reach out to her and see if she wants to talk to us and explain it more.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if there's any other kind of allegations as to what's actually going on here. Because I'll tell you the vibe I get. The vibe I get is that they know that the city or another organization would use this site for a memorial, and they want to try to get as much as they possibly can for the property, and they're like turning down what seems to be pretty fair deals or even above market deals for the place, and that seems bad. And they're also part of this whole foundation where it looks like, according to Patty Sheehan, says they bled this foundation dry. That's not very kind language.
No.
To say somebody's bled this foundation dry. In a statement, Pulse nightclub shooting survivor Brandon Wolf said, "Disappointing is an understatement. This situation is completely unacceptable and a slap in the face to the community that has been through an immense amount of grief and pain over the last 7 years." And now One Pulse Foundation says, we're going to do the memorial in another place because we can't do it here.
Who's in charge of that?
It's some other people that like booted the owners of Pulse nightclub out because they're obviously not agreeing and getting along. But you go, if you're doing the memorial, God, it just makes the most sense to do it at that site,
right?
At Pulse.
What are you going to put a Starbucks there?
They had a whole design. I've seen the design that they had out there, and
wasn't it huge?
It was big. It
wasn't like really big,
like beautiful place, and they had like all the names up and stuff. But to Sabrina's point about the Starbucks, like, what are you going to do? You can't put anything else there. It's going to be really weird. And you know what putting something else there is going to do? That means there's going to be a visual of some like construction equipment ripping down all the tributes that are in front of this building right now.
Well, that's going to happen if they build a new memorial.
I know, but it will seem less bad, I think. I don't
think
know.
so too. I mean, I can only imagine that what you see when you drive by is big gates, and they have put signage that is very well done in tribute to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But that can only lead me to assume that inside is still exactly what it looks like,
right,
since they shut the doors.
I don't think there's been any work done on that. I don't think so, and I think the goal would probably just to knock down the place. But to go, hey, that's not enough money. Like $2.6 million from the city of Orlando in 2016 or whatever year it was, that was beyond a fair offer from the city. And they turned that down. And
Wikipedia says 2.25, but yes.
Is that what it says? So over $2 million. That, you know where that property is.
Now, are you coming from a business standpoint in which that is actually very, very cheap for a business property?
I don't know that it is. For where that is.
Yeah, that's what they're selling houses for in that area, Sean.
No, it's over $2 million for the slice of land that Pulse, the building, is on right now. I don't think it's worth any more than that. I don't think it would be. Well, I have to
for the sake of what happened, or looking at it without tragedy involved.
For both,
just the property.
I would say for both, because you can't ignore that there was a mass shooting there, and that is going to lower the value of the property. Of course, it is, but you also have to remember the spot where that is. I think this was a fair offer from the city of Orlando, and I think the offer from One Pulse, the way they set that up, was supposed to be a decent and fair offer to this family, but they are holding on for more. I don't know, man. To me, that's a bad look. I would actually like to talk to her because
I'll reach out.
I would be interested in like what's been actually going on behind the scenes. It seems to me that people have wanted to push forward for this, to change the way the Pulse building is set up and to put this tribute there for a long time, and nothing has happened. Why? That's the question that I have. I don't know, what exactly to do about this. Oh, damn it. I didn't get to the New York subway story.
New York City, next break.
We'll do it right before we do the final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut in today.
Didn't make the cut a lot of times.
to wrap everything up for a Wednesday.
Watch, he still doesn't read it.
It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Alice Cigar with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid-80s, another warm one. We are monitoring winds out of the west-northwest at anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 25. The breezy conditions mixed with that dry air do bring up a red flag warning, meaning any fires that do start today likely will spread quickly. Stay safe and have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Rechargers are handcrafted energy drinks to help you power through your day. Made the way you want, iced or frozen, with natural sources of caffeine. Get energy for every day. Gotta have a Wawa.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Corey Holcomb on May 5th and May 6th.
Fellas, clap your hands if you here with a girl you're going to break up with when you get on your feet.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously longest running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat Derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get your vehicle ready for spring during Clean Car Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Pro X1 exterior cleaning and detailing products provide professional results and show quality shine for your vehicle. Right now, pick up Pro X1 Snow Foam Car Wash 2 for just $15. See store for details. Pro X1 exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Listening to this station on your free iHeart Radio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeart Radio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. The story I was teasing that I haven't paid off yet is about the situation on the subway in New York City. And the subway in New York City can get a little crazy, get a little wild. Sometimes people get shoved in front of the damn trains.
Oh, no, we got breaking news. We can't do this story anymore.
No, I'm here. I'm right at the precipice, finally. And this is what happened, okay? They said a passenger on the New York City subway has died after being put into a chokehold by another rider who says the man was harassing people.
Fatality.
Police said the incident unfolded on the train at the Broadway Lafayette Street Station. A 30-year-old man was acting erratically and harassing other passengers on the F train when a 24-year-old stepped in and placed him in a chokehold. So you can even see photos of this because they got footage of what happened. And he went up to the guy and he grabbed him and he got him in a chokehold. And he was holding him there. And the guy was harassing people and going after people on the train. The problem is he died because of the chokehold. They said the 30-year-old lost consciousness and never regained consciousness despite the efforts of EMS workers.
That's why you don't put people in chokeholds unless you know what you're doing.
But they're saying this is a tough one because he was trying to help people out because this person was causing a whole bunch of problems on the train. They said he was saying that he had no food, he had no drink, he was tired, and he doesn't care if he's going to jail. He started
the guy who choked.
No, the guy who was choked by the other person. He started screaming all these things, took off his jacket, he threw it on the ground. Then they said he was going around and harassing everybody and attacking people on the train. Then they said a former NYPD chief of detectives, Robert Boyce, said that the younger man may have been preventing imminent harm, but other factors may have to be considered.
I mean, that's what you're going to have to prove, that he prevented imminent harm. I think maybe one of the things that should stand out to people, if those quotes are correct, is the fact that the guy said he doesn't care if he's going to jail. Mm-hmm. That's the person you have to fear the most. Right. Somebody that does not fear retribution. Yeah. So if this guy doesn't care what's happening to him,
including death.
Look,
well, that was an accidental circumstance.
If you're freaking out on the train and you're going after people yourself, you're attacking people yourself, which may have been what he was up to, and somebody grabs you in a chokehold, so what? You know, like somebody's got to do something if there's a person engaging in violence on everybody else in the subway. But the question will be, could he have just held him down? Could he have
and then let go?
Yeah, could he have cut off at a point sooner? because what he did was he went too far and he ended up actually killing the guy.
Because people coming out of chokeholds, they have that crossfade, where they're like,
Right.
what just happened? Where
Exactly.
am I? So that could have subdued him.
He must have kept it
Biggest
going.
piece of evidence will be that footage.
Yeah, and there's video of this too.
For sure.
Anything new out of Atlanta here, or is it just the same thing it says? One dad.
It's all like very, very different reports because I had sent you a screenshot that was like more than one person has died.
Yeah, it's confusing right now. Even at this point, there's still a lot of different numbers that are going around, but we'll keep an eye on that for tomorrow. And let's do one final dispatch. No, you know what? We just don't have enough time for it.
They
I'm
were
sorry.
great.
I apologize. They were great, though. Let's do the stories that did make the cut. Everybody's worried about Jamie Foxx. He's still in the hospital.
And still no idea what happened, right?
Medical emergency. That's all they're saying.
3
Medical
weeks
emergency.
ago.
He was right in the middle of filming a movie. Strange thing, they're still filming the movie, and they're using a body double in the scenes that they're
right.
filming. And I thought that was a little weird.
So they're not on strike?
Yeah, but maybe you guys should pump the brakes until old Jamie Foxx gets out of the hospital. I just hope he pulls through here. And what else here? They said at least one story says Bud Light sales have dropped 21%.
Oh no, the
since people
gays.
said that they were going to stop buying the beer.
Did you see Budweiser's new commercial though?
No, is it like Real American? Like
You better believe it. Handshaking cisgender males.
I'm going to go buy some Bud Light.
It's better than the U.S. Navy, who is getting dragged right now for hiring a drag performer to do one of their ads on social media.
What's the world coming to?
I don't know if you can protest the Navy in the same way, though.
Good luck, though.
I don't know if that's going to work.
This is the first time we've seen a drag queen on Navy property.
That is incorrect. They used to do drag shows all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In the Navy, seems like it's right down in that vein anyhow.
Exactly.
It just works. All right, let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned. Oh, hang on. Everything's going wrong today.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I Learned this band.
Pearl Jam.
No.
Damn it.
In excess.
In excess is correct.
I thought you said
Contrary.
this man.
No, the
Michael-
front man, Michael Hutchins, was a big deal. They said, contrary to popular belief, Michael Hutchins, the frontman of INXS, didn't die by autoerotic asphyxiation.
That is what I've heard my whole life.
Same thing. And they said the rumor was started by his partner, Paula Yates.
Except before he died.
Who, while grief-stricken, was unable to accept the fact that Hutchins took his own life. The coroner also confirmed that he died by suicide, and it wasn't autoerotic asphyxiation. All right, today I learned this band right here.
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin is correct.
Right here.
Rolling Stone, the magazine, not the band, hated Led Zeppelin's first album. In 1969, they called Led Zeppelin weak and unimaginative in their review.
Correct.
Too much overdone Willie Dixon blues standards. Failed to be revivified
Willie
by
Dixon.
being turned into showcases of Page or Plant. They just did not like the album.
One of the worst bands ever, Sean.
Yeah, they weren't successful after that.
Terrible.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. West Palm Beach is the Greek Zone. In Orlando, it's the Jim Culver Show, and it's all on the way right here on Real